I'm just saying, you let your personal fandom get in the way because you didn't want that guy. The minute your team gets that guy, bang, you didn't want him, then you wanted him. Well, I let my personal fandom get in the way of something as well this week. You know when that Eric Mangini Belichick report came out, where Mangini in 2008, when Belichick wouldn't say hello to Mangini's wife, tried to fight Bill Belichick? I go, that's Patriots propaganda. Seth Wickersham did an interview today on WEI, and I didn't think I used to like Seth Wickersham. After hearing this interview, it was an hour. It was one of the more riveting conversations that I've heard. Very rarely do I listen to, even though it's my team, but an out-of-market radio interview for an hour. But this interview on WEI with Lou Merloni and Christian Fourier was unbelievable. And in that interview, Seth Wickersham confirmed that Eric Mangini actually told him that story was true once he heard of the story and was using it for his book. Now, I still don't know about the whole Robert Kraft thing where Kraft is calling Belichick an a-hole. I don't know about that. But I do believe that most of this book now is true. Here's one more fascinating nugget that's been talked about before, but it goes into a little bit more detail. It's about 90 seconds about how much Tom Brady wanted to go to the 49ers during free agency. This is Seth Wickersham with Lou Merloni and Christian Fourier on Sports Radio WEI.
He reaches out to Welker, and he's just like, hey, just so you know.
Wes Welker out in San Fran.
Yeah, who's the assistant coach. And he says, it's basically saying, just so you know, if you're interested, if this team's interested, I'll be a 49er. And no free agency tour, nothing, full stop, I'll be a Niner. My parents can drive to the games. I get to retire with my childhood team.
Is that his first choice, you think?
Seemed like it was his first choice. And his free agency, the NFL version of LeBron James free agency is open and shut.
Yeah.
And it was a ruthless move on Tom's part. I mean, the 49ers were the defending NFC champions, and if, their defense hadn't collapsed against the Chiefs, Jimmy Garoppolo might have gotten a couple MVP votes. But again, that coaching staff knows special quarterbacks, and I think that they were frustrated that, they felt like they coached pretty well offensively against the Chiefs, and they still lost. Jimmy came up just short at the end. And so Kyle Shanahan is on vacation in Cabo, and he orders the entire offensive coaching staff to go through all of Brady's throws from 2019. Mm-hmm. And they determined that they thought Tom was better, but they didn't think he was quite better enough to give up on Jimmy. He's a locker room leader. He's a team captain. And,
certain hungers need that perfect play call, one that goes all the way, one that's a guaranteed win. When you feel that rumble, bring in the big flavor that only Press Break can bring. Italian beef, Chicago dogs, or grab one of Press Break's signature paninis. Made to order, hot and fresh. In the mood for fish? They fry it up every weekend. As Central alum, the Williams family is proud to support Central High School sports and activities. Drive through for lunch tomorrow and do it again the day after at Press Break, corner of Rose and Monitor.
Your home for high school sports in the Cooley region is WKTY La Crosse, 96.7 FM, 580 AM. Since 1948, WKTY has been covering all of the best and biggest high school matchups from La Crosse Central, La Crosse Logan, Holmen, Onalaska, and Aquinas. And that tradition continues on today. Now we send it down to the field for WKTY's own Drew Kelly.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome in to high school football right here on WKTY 96.7 FM, 580 AM. Drew Kelly live with you here tonight from Empire Stadium. A pivotal MVC matchup here this evening as the Central Riverhawks get set to take on the Holmen Vikings. Both of these teams have had up and down seasons. Holmen is on a bit of a roll, winning 2 in a row against Toma and then Sparta last week here at home. Got the offense rolling. Obviously, a more ground and pound type of offense. Meanwhile, Central lit it up last week at Corey DeGatano Field as they put up 52 points against the Toma Timberwolves in a shutout, 52-0 on their homecoming. Holmen obviously started the season a little bit rough. They had a really tough schedule to open it up. Obviously getting some things going now, had some success in that Onalaska game in the second half that really showed what kind of potential they had as an offense, and that obviously continued in the last couple of weeks. And Central, meanwhile, has gone basically 1-1, 1-1, 1-1 after they beat the first two Eau Claire opponents, Eau Claire North and the Eau Claire Memorial Old Abe's. So we're getting set for kickoff here in just a bit from Empire Stadium. Going to have the national anthem in just a moment. Let's take a quick break. Be back for the kickoff after this. This is high school football on WKTY.
They say teamwork makes the dream work. It also gets stuff done, like your projects. That's why Kent Hammer Roofing and Construction and A1 Roofing and Construction have come together to give you a better home improvement experience. Kent Hammer A1 Roofing and Construction brings you over 30 years of roofing and can do for you. Go to KentHammerRoofing.com. If you think a good roofer is expensive, wait till you hire a bad one. Get the best of roofing and construction. Kent Hammer A1 Roofing and Construction.
Have you tried learning a new language but it never seems to stick? That's because there's more to language than learning vocab words. Babbel is different. Babbel's multiple ways to learn helps you explore every aspect of a new language, anytime, right from your phone or computer. Practice real-life conversations in the Babbel app.
¿Cómo te llamas?
¿Cómo te llamas?
From an instructor in Babbel's live online classes.
Classes are limited to 6 people. We keep them small so everyone can get the help and practice they need.
These words realizes with finding.
Next Wisconsin, and it surprised me a little bit.
More ways to learn.
Yeah, so
start learning today at Babbel.com. That's Babbel.com.
And usually win a game or two.
Yeah.
God forbid.
Talking Wisconsin sport and Bills. It's the Wisco Sports Show. Weekdays from 4 to 6 on WKTY.
Here at Empire Stadium at home. Last week, 52 points put up, including a touchdown in the second half when most of the starters had gone back to the benches. But Mason Herlitzky is the man who leads it all. He has 12 touchdowns, just 6 yards on the year, and 6 touchdowns, 4 touchdowns, and 268 yards for Porter Pataski, and then Quinn Service as well. 10 catches, 137 yards, and a touchdown. And that offense is the unit that you'll see first. As the Central Riverhawks won the toss, chose to receive. The Holmen Vikings will kick this one away from the left to right, and the Riverhawks will go from right to left. Gray pants, maroon uniforms, white numbers, and maroon helmets for Holmen. Central in the white and red jerseys, black pants, and black helmets as well. It'll be Brecken Turner kicking this one away from the 40-yard line. Couple of return men back for Central at about the 19, and we're underway. It's a squib kick from the early get-go, trying to keep it out of the explosive return men's hands, and it's picked up on a hop and finally grounded at the 35-yard line, 36-yard line, and that's where the Riverhawks will take over for their first possession of the game. We talked about the Central offense. How about the Holmen offense as well? They are starting to turn things around. Luke LeClaire rushing the football, 102 carries, 633 yards and 10 touchdowns. And Brecken Turner, 76 carries, 390 yards and 4 touchdowns. They're going to want to slow things up. Potential for this Central team to get out in front of them if they're not able to. Here's the jet sweep on the opening play from scrimmage, and Jackson Warren able to turn the corner as he goes in motion from right to left. He got around the corner with a couple of nice blocks on the perimeter, and it's a 2nd down and 1 upcoming after a quick 9-yard gain for Central. Warren, the 6'1", 185-pound senior, doing the job. We mentioned his 6 touchdown passes, leading the Riverhawks on the year. 11:25 to go in the first quarter, just underway. Live with you here from Empire Stadium at Holmen. Central comes out in a shotgun formation, 1 receiver out to each side. Tight end lined up right side of the line, and here is Herlitzky straight back in the pocket. A flag flies, going deep down the right sideline, and Porter Pataski had a step on his man. He's going to beat that defender, shakes him off, and gets into the end zone for the touchdown. But what are we going to have? There was a penalty right at the line of scrimmage. A beautiful throw by Herlitzky to Pataski, who was able to just shake off that defender. But it's unfortunately coming back, a false start for the Riverhawks. And instead of a 56-yard touchdown pass, it's going to be a penalty of 5 yards on the illegal procedure. So they are not going to be afraid to go long, as they show here in this early part of the first quarter. Just 2 plays. You had the jet sweep, and then Herlitzky going deep down the right sideline for Protaski, who was able to do his job, if not for that penalty. So they mark it back 5 yards. It'll be 2nd down and 6. Going to place it at the 39-yard line. It gets 2nd down and 7. They got to get to the 46-yard line for a 1st down. So we'll see what kind of play call Central's offensive coaching staff comes up with here. Receivers split to each side. Wingback lined up right side of the line. Shotgun formation for Herlitzky. Shepard to his right. Herlitzky straight back in the pocket. A little bit of a wayward snap. He was able to handle it. Now running for his life. Rolling to the right side. Trying to find the corner. And he's going to get back to the line of scrimmage and maybe picked up a half yard. He ran about 15 yards backwards and finally was able to turn the corner. And I think he lost a half yard on the play. But a really impressive loss of a half yard given everything he had to deal with there. And Herlitzky will have a 3rd down and long situation for his Riverhawk offense. 10:56 to go in the 1st quarter. No score from Holmen here on this beautiful Friday night. One receiver out to each side. They send Warren in motion from left to right. Going to be a fake jet sweep. Pitch out to Shepard. Shepard tries to break inside, almost gets the 1st down. He's wrapped up at about the 45-yard line. He's going to be a yard shy, and we'll see if Central rolls the dice or if they try to play field position here early. That was a really patient run by Shepard there as he didn't have much to the outside. Cut it back up inside. Didn't look like he had a whole lot there, and he's a yard short. So the Riverhawks are going to go for it here on 4th down and 1 from their own 45-yard line. Split receivers to each side. Protaski to the right. Jackson Warren to the left. Shepard lines up to Herlitzky's left in the shotgun. Herlitzky motioning, giving some directions to Shepard. Read option. Keeper is Herlitzky. He is slung down by Prescott of Holmen, but he picks up the 1st down. And that'll move the chains for the Riverhawks with 10:09 to go. 1st quarter, no score. He didn't need much, and he didn't get much, but he got what he needed to. And that's enough for a 1st down for Central. So a good few plays for both teams. A couple of good defensive plays by Holmen. Central obviously getting the touchdown called back on the 2nd play from scrimmage. Now a 3-receiver set to the left side and 1 to the right. Shotgun formation for Herlitzky. Quarterback draw on the run here is Herlitzky as he almost got dragged down from the back of his jersey. He squeezes out of it and picks up 10 right up the middle. We'll see if it's enough for a 1st down, but he's inside Holmen territory to the 44-yard line. And I couldn't tell if that was just a design draw, but he kind of looked back, didn't like what he saw on the possible swing pass to Ethan Shepard, and said, I'm just going to keep it myself. So 2nd down and a short 1. 1 receiver out to the right side and 3 to the left for Central. Herlitzky in the shotgun formation with Shepard to his right. Straight back in the pocket after the snap. Has some time. Now he is under pressure, and he's going to get wrapped up for the sack. Finally, the pressure gets to him. Nowhere to go with the football. Number 85, Miles Boyu, able to sack him back inside the 50-yard line to the 46, and a penalty called on the play as well. And that's going to be declined by Holmen. They're going to take the down and the loss as well. Just really good coverage on the back end for the Vikings. Nowhere for Herlitzky to go that time. So they picked up a 4th down and short after a really good 3rd down play. We'll see if they can put themselves in another decent position at their own 46-yard line. 3rd down and 11 with 8:38 to go 1st quarter. 1 receiver out to the right side. Trips receivers bunched up to the left. Warren now goes in motion from left to right. Herlitzky straight back in the pocket, feels the pressure, now weaves around, goes to the left side, beats the corner, and finally is shoved out of bounds across midfield to about the 47-yard line, maybe the 46. And it'll be 4th down at about 4 for the Riverhawks upcoming. We'll see what they decide to do here. They mark it at the 48. And that would need to be a 5-yard pickup there. Boston Brindley into the ball game for Central, and it looks like the Riverhawks are set to go for it again. At least for the time being, the motion that they're showing. It'll be a shotgun. Boston Brindley checks in for Ethan Shepard. Porter Pataski lines up to the left side alone and 3 receivers out to the right. Holmen looking for a stop here on 4th down and medium. Roll out to the right side. Here's Herlitzky. He had to pump fake. He gets out of a sack. Is he finally down? He is. Boyu again finally wraps him up after the 3rd opportunity to grab Herlitzky for a loss. And the Riverhawks turn it over on downs. Vikings get the football at the central 40-yard line. What a great defensive stand there for the Vikings as they once again put pressure on Herlitzky. Danced around for a while. It looks like he was wrapped up for a sack earlier, somehow got out of it, and Boyu cleans up the garbage. So 8:16 to go here in the first quarter. Holmen on the field for the first time tonight. Luke LeClaire, the quarterback, will wind up under center. Wingbacks on either side. Brecken Turner right behind him. Braden Graw, as well as Max LeClaire, the 2 wingbacks. And here is the handoff up the middle. Brecken Turner has started to find his rhythm, and he picks up a quick 10 on the opening play from scrimmage for Holmen. It's a first down. Down at the 30-yard line. Need to get to the 20 for another first down. LeClaire under center again. Turner behind him. And here is the counter play. Goes to Braden Graw. Graw gets what he can between right guard and right tackle. And he's out to about the 27-yard line. Pickup of 3 on first down. We're going to say it's a 2-yard gain. Picked up a couple there to the 28-yard line. And quickly to the huddle, or quickly to the line of scrimmage, rather, are the Vikings. They are not trying to slow things down. Here's LeClaire, pitch play from right to left. It's Max LeClaire. LeClaire is going to squeeze through a hole on the left side and get the first down, but a penalty flag does fly, and it looks like a legal shift penalty on the Holmen Vikings. So that brings back the football. Instead of a first down, it will be second down and long upcoming for the Holmen Vikings, and obviously a position they do not like to be in. They're playing well offensively, there's no doubt about that, but obviously with that running offense, you want to be in third down and manageables. We'll see what kind of play call and what kind of play result they can come up with here in this one. So second down and 12 for the Vikings. Make it second and 13 back at the 34-yard line. Under center is LeClaire as he looks over the defense. Lots of reads, lots of checks you have to be worried about if you're the Holmen Viking quarterback. Here's the quick pass over the middle. Caught out across the 25 to the 23-yard line, and that was number 87, Drew Tengblad, on a quick pass over the middle. Caught the defense by surprise. It's going to be third down and about 3. So Holmen back in that third down and manageable as we talked about. Going in motion is Braden Graw. Fakes like he is, and now it goes back to his left wing back position in the backfield. And here's LeClaire, counter play, pitch play rather, to the left side as Max LeClaire is going to pick up a first down. Needed the 20, got to the 19 for a 4-yard gain. 6.5 to go here in the first quarter. Vikings were able to turn away the Riverhawks on fourth down, and now they are threatening inside central red zone. LeClaire once again surveys the defense before he comes up under center. Looks to the sideline and looks at his wristband for the play call from head coach Travis Kowalski. Under center is LeClaire, and it's second down and coming. The Onalaska game was scoring enough points of their own, though. LeClaire looks to Kowalski for the play call. Inside of 5.5 minutes to go, first quarter. Drew Kelly live with you tonight from Holmen High School at Empire Stadium. Here is the handoff up the middle of Brecken Turner. Turner plunges ahead for a gain of about 3 out to the 11-yard line. That's a gain of 3, and he's about a yard short or just under that. Holmen 2-4 on the season, 2-2 in conference play. Central 4-2, but also 2-2 in conference play. Both these teams looking to make the playoffs, and if you're Central, looking to get a decent seed in the playoffs, possibly get a home game. Under center is LeClaire, and he will keep it himself. Pitch play out to the right side. Braden Graw's got all kinds of room, and he gets in for the touchdown, Holmen. That's a 10-yard touchdown run. Beautifully designed option play, and Braden Graw gets the Vikings on the board first. 4:43 to go in this first quarter. It'll be number 47, the kicker. That is Hogan Schneider getting set to kick the extra point. And here is the extra point. It is up, and it is right through. So the Vikings get on the board first with a very nice conversion from that turnover on downs of Central. And we are back in 60 seconds for the next kickoff. This is high school football on WKTY.
Certain hungers need that perfect play call, one that goes all the way, one that's a guaranteed win. When you feel that rumble, bring in the big flavor that only Press Break can bring. Italian beef, Chicago dogs, or grab one of Press Break's signature paninis. Made to order, hot and fresh. In the mood for fish? They fry it up every weekend. As Central alum, the Williams family is proud to support Central High School sports and activities. Drive through for lunch tomorrow and do it again the day after at Press Break, corner of Rose and Monitor.
For more than 70 years, WKTY Lacrosse has been covering the best in area high school athletics, and that tradition carries on today with the return to action for our area high school teams on the football field. Support for the Onalaska Hilltoppers High School Athletics is proudly sponsored by some of the area's finest local businesses, including Ken Hammer Roofing and Construction, Kurt Paff State Farm Insurance Team on Main Street in Onalaska. Listen to WKTY for all your favorite high school action and watch on the WKTY app or online thanks to Kurt Paff State Farm Insurance in Onalaska and Firefighters Credit Union.
Back here at Empire Stadium, Vikings with a 7-0 lead over the Central Riverhawks. Another dribbler under the arms of a few Riverhawks and finally picked up and taken out to about the 40-yard line. The return man, the upman, Quinn Service, on the return there. Good field position coming up for Central as they trail 7-0. Really well-executed offensive possession there for the Vikings. Their first time out. We'll see if Central can answer with 4:39 remaining first quarter. Herlitzky looking for the play call from the offensive sideline. It'll be a 4-receiver set with 3 out to the left side and 1 to the right. Obviously, Central moving from right to left. You can watch this game on WKTYsports.com/video, the WKTY app, and around River City on Roku and Apple TV. Shotgun formation for Herlitzky. It'll be a read option for him. Somehow gets through the defense. Good job. And he's going to keep running through the defensive secondary. And he may be off to the races. 10-5, and nobody's going to catch him. First play from scrimmage on this drive. And Central goes from pay dirt for 60 yards after Mason Herlitzky does it all. That was done in a flash for the Central Riverhawks quarterback, and with an extra point, it'll be a tie ball game just like that. 4:29 to go, first quarter. Looks like just a 57 for the Riverhawks. That's Lily Beers doing the extra point duties. To a tie ball game, 7 apiece. 4:29 to go first quarter, 60-second break again, and back after this. This is high school football right here on WKTY.
Chris, you're not acting like a grown-up in our relationship.
Am too.
There's your comic book collection, the race car bed.
I'm young at heart, but I put money into my 401k every paycheck. I'm taking control over my financial life, and that feels pretty grown up to me.
Put away a few bucks, feel like $1 million. For free ideas and easy ways to save, go to feedthepig.org. That's feedthepig.org.
Are those footy pajamas?
This message brought to you by the American Institute of Certified Public Accountants and the Ad Council. Hi, I'm Kevin Millard, host of WKTY Outdoors. Each Saturday morning, you tips for better hunting and fishing success in the field, plus activity by Ace Sportsland and Ace of La Crosse. Saturday mornings from 8 until 9 on WKTY, 96.7 FM, 580 AM.
As it is returned at about the 25-yard line by Hayden Goodell. And Goodell gets out to the 30-yard line and smacked down there by a Central special teams player. So we'll see if the Holmen Vikings can respond. Good first defensive possession. Then they allow a 60-yard touchdown run and what was more Superman heroics type of play from Mason Herlitzky. And we got a tie ball game. Just a 14-second drive there previously. It was 4:43 when Holmen kicked off. It now was 4:29 when Central kicked off after that one-play drive from scrimmage. Quarterback looks over the defense as well as to his head coach, Travis, and it continues to have an effect on this Holmen defense. They do not bring him down on first contact. Herlitzky lines up in the shotgun formation, trips receivers out to the right side, one to the left. And it's going to be Brindley in motion. It's going to be a fake jet sweep to him. Herlitzky keeps it himself, breaks through a tackle in the backfield, and then is finally wrapped up across the 25 to about the 22 or 21-yard line. Going to be a gain of 8 on the play. Tackled there by number 34 of Holmen. And that was Ulrich Meyer on the stop. So 2nd down and 1 as they gave him 9. Central slowing things down a little bit here. And Holmen really the one that's getting right back to the line of scrimmage. Kind of a little bit of a different thing than what we thought we were going to get. Here's the loft to the left corner of the end zone. Protaski again. And he gets in to the end zone for the touchdown. He now has 2 touchdowns. This one finally count. The last one was taken away by penalty. This one is going to be official as the score moves to 20-7, 8:52 to go here in this first half. A beautiful throw down the left sideline, right in his hands, in stride from 22 yards away, and Lily Weirs once again goes back to work for an extra point. And here is the snap. Good snap. Perfect hold by Herlitzky, and the kick is right through for the Riverhawks. So 21 unanswered points put up by Central. We'll see if Holmen can answer back. We're back in 60 seconds. This is high school football on WKTY.
What's happening in our community? Here are some items from our calendar to put on your calendar. A new season of Monday Mornings at Maine is underway. Join them in person in the main hall of the La Crosse Public Library for lifelong learning programs designed for ages 50 and better. Each Monday morning at 10 through November 29th, you'll hear from a new speaker on a variety of topics ranging from local history, health and wellness, to popular entertainment and more. The 9th Street entrance is open early at 9:30 a.m. for attendees to enjoy refreshments and social time in the main hall. Sign up by going to lacrosselibrary.org/Monday, by emailing program team at lacrosselibrary.org, or by calling 608-789-7145. If you've got an event you'd like to get the word out about, go to aroundrivercity.com and add your event to our calendar. Then check out some of the other activities going on in our community.
Mason Elston for Central booms this one to Tyrus McCoy, who fields at his own 5-yard line. Rolling to the right side, breaks out of a tackle by spinning, has a couple blocks out in front of him up the right sideline, and he's finally taken out of bounds at the Central 48-yard line. A fantastic return by the Vikings special team ace. And the junior puts the Vikings in great field position. We'll see officially where they mark it. It should be right at midfield or near there. We'll see. Essentially decides where they say he step out of bounds. It's going to be right at midfield for Holmen, and this is a big-time offensive opportunity and chance for the Vikings. Need to take advantage of it, keep this game as tight as you can. Wingbacks on either side of the formation, and I think we got another offsides. Braden Graw goes in motion from left to right towards the middle of the backfield. And the nose tackle once again jumps right over the ball. It'll be first down and 5. Puts it inside the 45-yard line of Central. LeClaire looks to his wristband and to the coaching staff. Now gets under center. Graw goes in motion. It's going to be a pitch play out to the left side. It's going to be Max LeClaire, who gets through one defender. They say he was tackled at the 41-yard line, or the 39-yard line, rather, but we did have a flag on the play as it was developing. Might have been an illegal procedure penalty before the play, but meanwhile, we do have a Central defender down on the field. They're taking a look at him right now, both teams being instructed to go back to their sidelines for the time being. We talked about Holmen looking good these last couple of weeks. And they have. Really impressive performances by both Toma and against Sparta. And they have, at least for the most part, early in this half, what it looked like, they were going to put up a really big dogfight against a really tough Riverhawks team. Obviously need to start to get back to what they know how to do best, which is run the football and keep time of possession on their side. Getting off the field slowly there is number 3, Quinn Service for Central. The player shaken up. He's walking a little bit gingerly with his right leg, but able to walk off under his own power. It was an illegal procedure penalty on Holmen, so it moves it back to midfield where it was originally before the offsides. So basically cancel that out for either side. First down and 10 at the 50-yard line for the Vikings. Here's the pitch play to LeClaire as he runs over a Central defender to the 46-yard line. And it looked like number 23, Ethan Shepard, who came off the bottom of the pile there. They say it's a gain of 3 officially. Second down and 7 upcoming. 8:12 to go in this first half. Central with a 14-point lead, with the Vikings trying to respond here on this drive. Holmen lines up wingbacks on either side. It's going to be a read option keeper here by Luke LeClaire. It looked like everybody was anticipating it because Brecken Turner just ran right up the middle of the field without anybody really touching him. And he picks up 2, does LeClaire. It'll be third down and 5 at the 45-yard line. 7:39 to go here in this first half. And once again, Graw goes in motion and back to his original place on the line of scrimmage. And if it's worked twice as far as getting players to jump offside, the 3rd and 5, it's not the worst idea in the world. Here's the pitch play, trying to trick them a little bit. They pitched it to Brecken Turner, who picks up a couple, and that's it. It's going to be 4th down and maybe 4. They say he picked up a yard officially. And they're kind of in no man's land inside the 45-yard line, so it's going to be a opportunity here on 4th down and medium. Everybody goes forward. LeClaire caught everybody off guard. The quick snap, nobody was moving except for half the offensive line, and they pick up a first down. That was something else. I don't think I've ever seen that before. Only half the team was moving, really. Everybody on the defensive side was just standing there. Here's the pitch play out to the right side for Braden Graw. Graw has a head of steam as he gets inside the 30-yard line down to the 29. That's a pickup of 9 on 1st and 10, and it's going to be a 2nd and short upcoming for the Vikings. Just from initial glance from those a couple of plays ago, I just was shocked there was no penalty call on it. And now they do it again. And it's going to be LeClaire again, just snapping off the ball and just taking off before anybody is ready, and LeClaire picks up another 7. And you got to imagine the Central coaching staff is going to be looking at that at the halftime break saying, we got to be ready for that, guys. So fresh set of downs, first down and 10. Graw, the wing back to the left side. Max LeClaire, the wing back to the right. Here is the handoff this time to Brecken Turner, and he's going nowhere. Back to the line of scrimmage, if that, as the Central interior defensive line was able to snuff that one out. Number 79, Coulter Borge, able to pick up the tackle there, second down and 10. Under center, LeClaire is going to keep it this time around the edge. Faked everybody out on the handoff to Brecken Turner, and he gets in from 23 yards away. A great job, trickeration, fooling everybody with his eyes. Turner gets in from 23 yards out, and we've got a 21-14 ball game. This is a back and forth affair. And you just take a look at one of the opportunities Holmen previously had, not being able to take advantage of it. And this is a really fun football game so far with 5:36 remaining in the first half. Number 47, Hogan Schneider, will kick the extra point here. And the snap is good, the hold is good, and the kick is good as well. 21-14, a shootout has erupted here at Empire Stadium. We're back in 60 seconds. This is high school football on WKTY.
It feels like you're frozen, petrified. You're struggling with your mortgage payments. The bills begin to pile up. Not knowing what to do, you do nothing at all. And that's the worst thing you can do. Because if you take action, if you do something about your mortgage problems, you're far more likely to get the most positive outcome. Making Home Affordable is a free government program. Call 888-995-HOPE to talk one-on-one with a housing expert about the options that are right for you. Real help, real answers, right now. Call 888-995-HOPE or visit makinghomeaffordable.gov and do something about your mortgage problems. Brought to you by the U.S. Treasury, HUD, and the Ad Council.
Back here at Empire Stadium as the Holmen Vikings have an answer with a 23-yard touchdown run by Luke LeClaire. Just over 5.5 minutes to go in the first half. 21-14, Central on top, and here is the squib kick again. Here's the pitch play back to the return man, that is Cole Lapp, and Lapp continues up the left sideline, out across the 40 to about the 45-yard line, so good field position upcoming but for the Riverhawks. And we'll see if this Holmen defense can get a stop and get the ball back to their offense to possibly tie up the ball game. They'll get it first to start the second half. So we'll see what they can do on this possession defensively. Central, meanwhile, want to keep the pressure going. Just high-flying attack. All these touchdowns have been from big plays. And it's a potent offensive weapons on the outside, along with Mason Hrdlicki, who leads the show. 3 receivers out to the right side, 1 to the left. They're going to send Jackson Warren in motion. Here's the handoff up the middle. Boston Brindley squeezes through a hole and then explodes out the other side for a 10-yard gain out across the 50 to the 45 of Holmen. And that moves the chains for the Riverhawks. First down and 10. So Central taking a little bit more time here as they ponder their next play. 5:10 remaining first half. 21-14, Central on top of Holmen. And this is a game both teams need. In standings, in playoff positioning, and they're playing like it here tonight. Hrdlicki rolls out to the left side, now in trouble, has to step up into the pocket, and he's dumped for a 1-yard loss on the sack. Getting in there for the sack, one of them anyway, was number 56. That was Aiden Boylan, who dumps him for a 1-yard loss. It's going to be second down and 11 with 4:35 to go first half. We've seen that quite a bit, where he rolls out to the left and then comes to a complete stop, or roll out to the right, really. And that time there was nobody down the field to throw to, and then it was just basically him getting what he could, which was a 1-yard loss. Going behind the backfield is Jackson Warren. Boston Brindley gets the draw play, handoff, and he gets to the 40-yard line. Gain of about 6 there on 2nd and 11. Brings up 3rd down and 5. They got to get to the 35-yard line for a first. 3:55 and counting. I want to thank all of our sponsors, including our video sponsors, Kurt Paff, your local State Farm agent, along with Firefighters Credit Union, all proud sponsors of WKTY Sports. Cole Lapp, the receiver, lined up to the right side, along with 2 others. Porter Pataski lined up alone on the left. Herlitzky gets some pressure immediately from the backside, fires out of bounds. Unable to come down with it is Jackson Warren, and that was basically Herlitzky just saying, I can't do anything here. I'm just going to eat the play and do what I can. A holding penalty has been called on Central in the meantime, so we'll see if Coach Kowalski takes the down and brings up 4th down and 5, or if they send him back 10 yards. Central can pretty much do either 4th down and 5 or 4th down and 19. Really does not make that much of a difference. They're going to give him the yards. So it will be about 3rd down and 19 back inside Central territory at the 47-yard line. So 3rd and 18 officially. 2 receivers out to the left side here. Or 1 to the left and 3 to the right. Boston Brindley is going to line up to the right hip of Herlitzky, and now he goes to his left. Now he lines up almost behind him. And here is Herlitzky, a one-handed grab on the high snap. A little bit of a back shoulder fade here to Jackson Warren, who fights for the first down. He's not going to be able to pick it up, maybe a yard or 2 shy, but that was a great effort there by Warren. Came back to the football on kind of a back shoulder fade there with 2 defenders right near him. Brings up a much more manageable opportunity with Ethan Shepard coming into the ball game. That's possibly the power running back. Inside 3 minutes to go, first half. As the Holmen Vikings marching band gets set to do their thing. Pertaski alone again on the left side when this play commences. And trips receivers out to the right. 4th down and 2 at the Holmen 37. Got to get to the 35-yard line. Shotgun formation. Herlitzky takes the snap, fakes the handoff, slant pattern, incomplete. Jackson Warren had it in his hands and couldn't hang on. Warren makes that catch 9 times out of 10, just could not hang on to it as he was looking upfield to look for some room to run. And the Riverhawks turn it over on downs, and Holmen will get it back with 2:27 remaining here in this first half. And again, they get the football to start the second half as well. So put a mark in that. If this game comes down to a late score or a crazy situation towards the end of the game. Luke LeClaire ends up under center. Graw goes in motion from right to left. It's going to be a handoff to Brecken Turner up the middle between center and right guard, and he picks up about 6 on the play out across the 40 to the 43-yard line. Well, they mark it 2nd down and 5 to the 42 officially. LeClaire looks to Kowalski for the play call. And here is the pitch play. Going left side is LeClaire, Max LeClaire that is, and he's going to get across the 45 to the 46-yard line before he's violently thrown to the ground by Paulson. One of those plays that you just hope he doesn't get up and go, who am I again? Who am I? Where am I? What am I doing? And here is the read option again. Beautiful job by LeClaire to fake it, get around the edge. Good blocking to spring him as well. And the Vikings pick up a first down inside the Central 45-yard line. 1:25 and counting in this first half. And a flag immediately flies as Central defense looks happy. Play call really going nowhere there anyway. It was going to be a false start, 5-yard penalty the other way. And that's the kind of thing that you don't need if you're Holmen. You have the momentum, you have the things that are working in your favor, and then you have a play like that. So 1st and 15, ball at the 48-yard line of the Vikings, of Central. And here is the read option, and keeping it this time, faking the pitch is LeClaire. That would have been a heck of a pitch had he gone into Crosse. Does the safe thing and keeps it himself up the field. Gets out to the Central 35-yard line or so. 3rd down, make it 2nd down and short upcoming. He picked up 13. So 2nd and 2. LeClaire under center. And he will hand it off to Brecken Turner, who has a big hole, and he's going to rumble inside the 25-yard line. Down to about the 24. So the Riverhawks desperately trying to stop this drive before the halftime buzzer is heard here in Holmen. Here's the pitch play. Going left side is Max LeClaire, and he is cut down nicely there by Mason Elston. LeClaire had to kind of jump over one of his defenders, or one of his blockers, rather, who was laying down on the left side of the line of scrimmage, which kind of forced him to hold up a little bit. Going to be 2nd down and 10. Timeout on the field. We're going to take a 30-second timeout as well. Be back for the rest of the second half after this. This is high school football on WKTY.
Certain hungers need that perfect play call. One that goes all the way. One that's a guaranteed win. When you feel that rumble, bring in the big flavor that only Press Break can bring. Italian beef, Chicago dogs, or grab one of Press Break's signature paninis. Made to order, hot and fresh. In the mood for fish? They fry it up every weekend. As Central alum, the Williams family is proud to support Central High School sports and activities. Drive through for lunch tomorrow and do it again the day after at Press Break, corner of Rose and Monitor.
Back here at Empire Stadium, Drew Kelly live with you here tonight. Holmen trying to punch it in before the end of the half. It is 30.4 seconds remaining. 21-14 to score. Central on top. Holmen looking to get the tie here. Under center is LeClaire at the Central 25-yard line. Play action fake going down the middle for Tangblad again. It is caught for the touchdown. My apologies. That was Max LeClaire who snuck out of the backfield. And a perfect throw over to the defender's outstretched arms. Luke LeClaire to Max LeClaire from 25 yards away, and it's a 1-point game with 25.8 seconds remaining. What a play called there by head coach Travis Kowalski. It'll be once again number 47, Hogan Schneider, looking to tie this ball game up. Perfect snap, perfect hold, and the kick is right through. And so the Holmen Vikings go to the air for the first time in quite a while and are able to convert for a touchdown, and we've got a tie ball game, just under 25 seconds remaining in the first half. Probably one final 60-second timeout before halftime, and we'll take it now. This is high school football on WKTY.
If you're a sports fan, you can't afford to miss the Dan Patrick Show on WKTY.
My last year in college, we had a TV station. Some guys I knew were the sportscasters on the Southern Illinois University campus TV station. They were basically modeling themselves after you guys.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, everything was not boom goes the dynamite, but they were trying to come up with something like sit right here and sit down. You know, when someone would get struck out.
Yeah, we're given a lot of credit, but then we deserve a lot of blame.
A lot of people modeled.
Every sportscaster or every wannabe felt like, hey, I got a great catchphrase. And I said, well, do you know sports? Can you write? How do you look? How do you sound? And then they look at you like you're crazy. No, I got a catchphrase. Cowhide, joyride. I went, all righty. you could probably be on ESPN News, maybe not on SportsCenter, right?
Don't miss the Dan Patrick Show. Weekday mornings 9 to 11 on WKTY 96.7 FM, 580 AM.
Back here at Empire Stadium, it's a 21-21 game. Here is a high end-over-end kick. Going to be picked up there by Boston Brindley at about the 10-yard line. Trying to cut inside, not going to be able to get to the 20. Wrapped up by a pair of Vikings there, number 53, Gavin Bramwell, and number 54, Griffin Banks. The two converging on the tackle there. 20.1 seconds left. As the Riverhawks have one timeout remaining, makes it 2 timeouts remaining. So we'll see if they run a couple of deep plays here and possibly try to get it to field goal range, or the way this offense plays, why not just a 75-yard touchdown pass or run right here? An offensive lineman missing from the crowd. Got to get him out there. And 75-yard touchdown power probably not happening without your right tackle. Mason Herlitzky is going to throw the quick swing pattern out to the left side. That was Jackson Warren, who gets close to the first down, and I believe he got out of bounds as well. So the clock does stop. He gets about 10 yards there on that quick swing pass out to the left side. Had blockers out in front of him. Good design play there by the Central coaching staff, and it does indeed move the chains. Timeout called by Central. We'll keep it here for the time being. Want to let you know what's going on WKTY coming up tomorrow. It'll be the UWL Eagles in their first conference game of the season in the WIAC against UW River Falls. River Falls is 3-0 on the season. UWL 2-1. Lost to a really good Grand Valley State team 2 weeks ago, and they are finally back in action as they pretty much start the season for real. That's kind of what everybody says in the WIAC, is that, you kind of test yourself as much as you can in the non-conference. But in reality, when you think about the playoffs, when you think about what the seeding committee and what those people that make those selections at the end of the year, what they look at, it's about your conference. What did you do in your conference? And the league is so tough, UWL is going to have to be top 2. And so it all begins tomorrow against River Falls. Pre-game coverage at 12:45, kickoff at 1, right here on WKTY. Jackson Warren lines up to the right side, and here is a blitz immediately. Herlitzky's going to take it off himself, sensing pressure and realizing time is wasted, and he gets out of bounds. Gets the first down across the 40 to the 41-yard line, and Central is moving quickly with 7.6 seconds to go. Maybe another quick pass and possibly time for one Hail Mary. We'll take a look here. Still one timeout, or 2 timeouts rather, if the Riverhawks want to use them. But obviously not a whole lot of time on the clock. 3 receivers out to the right side, 1 to the left. That's Pertaski. Straight back in the pocket is Herlitzky. He is waiting, going deep down the left sideline for Pertaski. Incomplete. A little bit too far out in front of him. There was good coverage in the vicinity. And the time has run out on the first half. So a very, very entertaining 24 minutes of high school football here from Holmen High School so far tonight. Hopefully the next 24 minutes are as this 24 minutes were. And we will hear and listen and watch those 24 minutes in about 25 minutes. But we're going to take a quick break now. We'll try to get you some other scores from around the MVC, break down that really good first half. Take a 4-minute break, be back after this. This is high school football on WKTY.
Pick your weekly NFL winners online at WKTYSports.com. Click Win Stuff and see if you can beat me to win a gift card from our friends at the Flipside Pub and Grill. 18 weeks of NFL football means you've got plenty of opportunities to beat me and score yourself a really awesome prize. A gift card to the Flipside Pub and Grill as your prize. Full disclosure, I'm great at picking NFL games, so be ready, do your research, and good luck. One really smart WKTY listener will get a gift card to the Flipside Pub and Grill every week.
Unexpected reactions to smart financial decisions brought to you by feedthepig.org. Well, I finally did it. I improved my credit score.
You're kidding, right?
No.
How are we supposed to be the bad boys of electro-synth pop if you're out there being responsible? The band is about to be discovered. This is our year.
Yeah, you've been saying that for a while now.
You think anyone in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame was worried about their credit score?
I never really thought that.
Of course they weren't. Rock stars aren't supposed to think about that kind of stuff. We're supposed to think about how many guitars we've smashed, write aggressively sensitive power ballads, start questionable fashion trends, tragically break up and blame creative differences.
All right. I thought maybe it was time to take control of my finances, you know? Start using a budget. Get out of debt. Set some goals.
A budget? Debt? Set some goals? Listen, I knew that we'd have our creative differences, but I was hoping they'd involve a little more scandal.
When it comes to financial stability, don't get left behind. Get tools and tips for saving at feedthepig.org. This message brought to you by the American Institute of CPAs and the Ad Council. Unexpected reactions to smart financial decisions brought to you by feedthepig.org.
Well, I finally did it. I improved my credit score.
You're kidding, right?
No.
How are we supposed to be the bad boys of electro-synth pop if you're out there being responsible? The band is about to be discovered. This is our year.
Yeah, you've been saying that for a while now.
You think anyone in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame was worried about their credit score?
I never really thought that.
Of course they weren't. Rock stars aren't supposed to think about that kind of stuff. We're supposed to think about how many guitars we've smashed, write aggressively sensitive power ballads, start questionable fashion trends, tragically break up and blame creative differences.
All right. I thought maybe it was time to take control of my finances, you know? Start using a budget. Get out of debt. Set some goals.
A budget? Debt? Set some goals? Listen, I knew that we'd have our creative differences, but I was hoping they'd involve a little more scandal.
When it comes to financial stability, don't get left behind. Get tools and tips for saving at feedthepig.org. This message brought to you by the American Institute of CPAs and the Ad Council.
Down the right sideline, MVS has it to the end zone for the touchdown!
Hey, Lacrosse, nobody talks more Packers football than me. Don't miss the Bill Michaels Show every day at 11 to 2 right here on WKTY. We're going to cover every game, hear from the coaches and the players, and get the inside scoop from the best reporters and experts. That's the Bill Michaels Show, talking Packers football all season long, right here on Western Wisconsin Sports Talk leader, WKTY.
Oh, what a play!
When I grow up, I want to be a new pair of blue jeans. When I grow up, I want to be a kid's first computer. Warm fleece on a cold day. I want to be a bike that races around the country. I want to be a bench on a forest trail. When I grow up, I don't want to be a piece of garbage. And if you recycle me, I won't be.
Give your garbage another life. Recycle. Learn how at iwanttoberecycled.org. Brought to you by Keep America Beautiful and the Ad Council.
They say teamwork makes the dream work. It also gets stuff done, like your projects. That's why Kent Hammer Roofing and Construction and A1 Roofing and Construction have come together to give you a better home improvement experience. Kent Hammer A1 Roofing and Construction brings you over 30 years of roofing and construction. See what they can do for you. Go to KentHammerRoofing.com. If you think a good roofer is expensive, wait till you hire a bad one. Get the best of roofing and construction. Kent Hammer A1 Roofing and Construction.
Midwest Family Entertainment.
When it comes to entertainment for your wedding, we've got you covered. I'm Brittany Stiles, the manager of Midwest Family Entertainment, where we provide personalized services for your very special day. Everything from the music selections for your ceremony, cocktail and dinner music, to the full-on dance party, to our personalized digital photo booth, custom wedding decor, light projection, dance floor decals, and so much more. Head to our website and click on reservations, and I'll see you soon.
MidwestFamilyEntertainment.com.
Stadium at Holmen High School. Drew Kelly live with you tonight on WKTY. 21 apiece. It's been a really fun, entertaining football game to this point. Taking a look at the scoring summary for the first half. It was the Vikings who got on the board first. With 4:43 remaining in the first quarter, it was a 10-yard touchdown run on a beautiful cutback by Braden Graw that made it 7-0 with 4:43 to go in the first. But on the next play from scrimmage, after the kickoff, Mason Hurlitsky just somehow got through 8 defenders right in front of him en route to a 60-yard touchdown run that tied it up at 4:29 in the first quarter. So a 14-second drive, and the ball was back in the hands of the Holmen Vikings. And then it was Central again before the half ended, or before the first quarter ended, rather. It was a 59-yard touchdown pass and mostly run to Jackson Warren. 14-7 at that point, 9.5 seconds to go in the first quarter, and Central was not done there. 8:52 to go in the second quarter. It was a 22-yard pass from Herlitzky to Porter Pataski. Just a beautiful just a floater of a pass deep down the left sideline. Just dropped it in a bucket like you see Aaron Rodgers do with a net at practice, and it was 21-7. And at that point, you kind of wondered if you're Holmen, what do we have to do? What are we going to have to change up? Down by 14. And to their credit, they changed up absolutely nothing. They went right back to work. A 23-yard touchdown run by Luke LeClaire on a beautiful read option play that made it 21-14 with 5:36 to go in the second quarter. And then right before the half, Holmen had gotten into a really decent position down at the Central 25-yard line. And then LeClaire was able to find Max LeClaire, who came out of the backfield right up the seam. A beautiful pass from Luke over the defender's outstretched arms. And it was 21-21, and that is how we end the half here at Empire Stadium tonight. Lots of great games going on in the area this evening. You take a look at what's taking place. You have 7-6. I know the Holmen Vikings, or excuse me, not the Holmen Vikings, but the Bangor Cardinals, currently leading Onalaska Luther 7-6 at the halftime break. Dylan Yang threw a 56-yard touchdown pass as the time expired in the half. Meanwhile, in the MVC, Onalaska leading Sparta right now 21-0, that also at the halftime break. And lots of great things going on right now in the MVC. Caledonia having a tough year. Obviously with some injuries, but still fighting hard, playing good Hugh tonight. You can hear that game on Classic Hits 94.7 if you'd like to tune over to that one for the moment. But great job by all these local athletes. Obviously volleyball is starting to wind down. Holmen volleyball having a magnificent season, only one loss on the year so far. They look to be a power in the playoffs, and hopefully they go quite a long ways as well. And it's going to be fun to see these football teams compete over the last 3 weeks of the season and what they do in the postseason. Back to a normal playoff type of atmosphere. Last year you had the little 2-game pods, essentially. We did a couple of Aquinas games, Aquinas having a fantastic year as well. So it'll be interesting to see how far these teams get. Normally it's been around 2-3 and then out, but so a lot of talent on these teams, including from Central and from Holmen and from Aquinas and all the others in the MVC. So it'll be a fun next few weeks, and we'll give you updates, obviously, on the schedule on WKTYSports.com and keep you up to date on all of our local teams and what we'll be doing as far as broadcasting these games here on WKTYSports.com/video, the WKTY app, and around River City on Roku and Apple TV. Going to take another break here at the halftime, and we will get set for the second half in just a little while. This is high school football on WKTY. Come back.
Certain hungers need that perfect play call, one that goes all the way, one that's a guaranteed win. When you feel that rumble, bring in the big flavor that only Press Break can bring. Italian beef, Chicago dogs, or grab one of Press Break's signature paninis. Made to order, hot and fresh. In the mood for fish? They fry it up every weekend. As Central alum, the Williams family is proud to support Central High School sports and activities. Drive through for lunch tomorrow and do it again the day after at Press Break, corner of Rose and Monitor.
If you missed out on the award-winning best morning show in the state of Wisconsin, you missed out on... Do I really have to say this? Yeah. Okay, I got it. I want to get paid to say the words. Settle down. If you missed out on the award-winning WKTY morning show with superstar host Dave Carney, you missed out on this.
To give me an update on the legality, Joe, of giving alcoholic beverages to your animals, this is Toby Keith and Willie Nelson, beer for my horses. Joe, I don't know if that's legal or not, maybe in the state of Iowa, but surely not in Wisconsin. Confirm or deny?
But I would say that if there is one state that would make it legal, it would be Wisconsin.
Well, not that dissimilar up in Minnesota, where they have been all about animal husbandry for some time. As a matter of fact, that is the story of Babe the Blue Ox and Paul Bunyan. People don't realize why his name was Babe until they get the real true story of animal husbandry.
The award award-winning WKTY Morning Show with Dave Carney. Weekdays from 6 to 9 on your home for sports in western Wisconsin. WKTY 96.7 FM, 580 AM.
Your station for sports.
Way back. Get up. Get out of here. Go.
WKTY La Crosse, 96.7 FM, 580 AM.
What would have happened to Jared Goff? Because so much attention got placed on Jared Goff because of the fact that he went from playing so great in the second half of the NFC Championship game and in the Super Bowl up against Belichick. McVay's offense was flat, and Jared Goff was really bad in the game. You know, he had Brandon Cooks wide open, and it took him forever to make the read. Jason McCourty catches up, football incomplete. Threw a pick when they were driving. Floated one up there to Stephon Gilmore. You know, you go to the Super Bowl and you lose. And I heard Peter Schrager once say this when he was on with Jim Rome. Sometimes, and yeah, right, I'd rather go to the Super Bowl and lose than not get to the Super Bowl. Because at least you got a shot. But for a narrative for a quarterback, sometimes the argument is presented where if you're going to lose in the Super Bowl and you're like not established right, it's sometimes better to lose in the NFC Championship game. Because if the Rams would have lost that NFC Championship game, what would everyone's take would have been? It would have been, wow, Goff played his butt off in the second half. Goff was awesome. And you could build something to the future. Goff played amazing in the second half, was horrible in the Super Bowl. After that Super Bowl, what did everyone say? Oh, see, Jared Goff, not as good as what we thought. Where if he would have lost 2 weeks ago in some bizarre way, even though you don't want to, it would have benefited him more. So, Goff, say what you want about him. I'm not a believer in him as a franchise quarterback. However, he was brought in there to do what? What was Stafford brought in there to do that Goff couldn't do? Win the Super Bowl. So even if Stafford just gets to the Super Bowl and lose, failure. Even though that would be the most playoff success, he wins a playoff game this year. It's the most playoff success that he will ever have in his career. However, this isn't Detroit anymore. These are the LA Rams. So when you look at the Rams, they won a playoff game last year. They lost in the second round to the Green Bay Packers. They've been to the Super Bowl before. And the way that they have kind of orchestrated this team is they're paying big money to people. They have a window, and also they have given up so many first-round picks. Whether it was for Ramsey, whether it was to go get Matthew Stafford, like even to get Goff. And I don't even remember the last time that the Rams had a number one pick. I think it's been 6 or 7 years. So this window is open with McVay, a good coach, for a few years. And then eventually you have to transition away from Matthew Stafford. But for Matthew Stafford, he needs to win a ring for two reasons. One, because that is what he was brought to LA to do. And anything short of winning a Super Bowl for Matthew Stafford is an absolute failure. Then number two, you win a ring, he will be put in that Hall of Fame conversation. You know, say what you want, right? Fastest to 45,000 yards passing. He's only got one Pro Bowl. A one-time Pro Bowl at the quarterback position is not making the Hall of Fame. But if you win that Super Bowl, I think a lot of people, as they're already doing through 3 games, will start to say, hold on, Matthew Stafford, wow. You look at what he did in Detroit. You know, it's amazing that he was 41 touchdowns, 16 interceptions, 20-17, 29-19, 22-12, 32-13, 24-10, 29-10, 21-11, 19-5, 26-10. It's crazy that he did that if he wins that Super Bowl, because then people will go, wow, he finally got put in a good position, and guess what? He won a ring. You also have to have 3 or 4 good seasons. If he does that, his numbers will be good enough. His numbers may be good enough when he retires just because of the way that the league plays. He's going to need that ring. And if he doesn't get that ring, it's going to be still a good debate, but I think he'll be on the outside looking in, because to be a Hall of Famer, and I think a lot of people's standards have kind of loosened right now, because in the Hall of Fame, some guy retires and there's an argument to get the guy in right away. And you go, hold on, I watched that guy play. He's not a Hall of Famer. And you get killed now when you call a guy good, but not great. For Matthew Stafford, he's going to need a ring to get in. I really do believe that, because his numbers in Detroit are good, really good. And he was underappreciated. But I think that ring will make people look back in Detroit and go, wow, look what he did in Detroit. You'll get a greater appreciation for what he did in Detroit. And that was with usually bad coaching, bad management, bad organization. So he'll have a little bit more of an impression on what he did in Detroit. Plus, finally got to a good spot. Bam, got a ring and put up 3 or 4 or 5 monster seasons. Matthew Stafford, when he left Detroit, if you asked me if he's a Hall of Famer, I'd say no. If he's able to get that ring in LA with 3 or 4, 5 years of successful football too. Because if he just gets a ring this year and then stinks and is injured the rest of his career, he's not going to make the Hall of Fame. But if he gives you a ring and 4 good years, he'll end up getting into the Hall of Fame. But he needs that ring. And if he doesn't get that ring, then he's just going to be looked at as a good, very good quarterback. 17 after the hour, Zach Gelb Show, CBS Sports Radio. NFL picks next with Gus Farad.
Clones, listen up. Not all beef jerky is the same. In fact, there are major differences in quality from one brand to the next. Old Trapper is a better way to snack, chock full of good protein to satisfy your manliest hunger cravings. Every bite is better for you and higher in essential protein than chips, sugar-filled energy bars, and candy. Old Trapper in the Clearview bag is the world's finest jerky, made with only the best ingredients. So ask for Old Trapper by name because no other jerky compares. Old Trapper, what's your beef?
This is a metaphor for your business's journey. Sometimes it feels like the world is throwing everything it has at you. And to succeed, you need someone to guide you through. That's what Dell Technologies advisors do. They have the tech advice to help you navigate whatever challenges you're up against and get you safely to where you want to be. For advice on solutions like XPS 13 laptops powered by Intel Evo platform, call an advisor today at 877-ASK-DELL.
Have you tried learning a new language, but it never seems to stick? That's because there's more to language than learning vocab word. Babbel is different. Babbel's multiple ways to learn helps you explore every aspect of a new language, anytime, right from your phone or computer. Practice real-life conversations in the Babbel app.
¿Cómo te llamas?
¿Cómo te llamas? Get personalized help from an instructor in Babbel's live online classes.
Classes are limited to 6 people. We keep them small, so...
Empire Stadium. Drew Kelly live with you tonight as the Central Riverhawks and Holmen Vikings doing battle in an MVC showdown. Very critical for the playoff positioning, for conference positioning. So a lot of 2-2 teams out there in terms of the conference standings. And obviously, last week you take a look at what happened with West Salem and Onalaska. West Salem able to win on a last-second touchdown in a back-and-forth game there. Take it on River Falls tonight. If we get an update on that one, we'll certainly pass it along to you. But there's a lot of even matchups throughout the MVC, and that's what makes it really fun. Logan obviously lost out on a game against River Falls due to COVID issues, but they're back tonight, taking on Toma. Toma looking for their first win of the season, so obviously a lot to play for there. Holmen, meanwhile, has started to figure this offense out, and we've been talking about it. Where's that offense been? The first couple of games, it's like it went away from what it's been the last 4 or 5 years. But something, I think, in that second half of the Onalaska game, they were able to find something and prove that this is the way we can look if we execute just the little things. As cliche as that sounds. With the Holmen Vikings, it's all about the little things. Beating your man off the blocks, being able to get to the second level. Reading the defense to figure out the best option on when to pitch, when to keep for the quarterback. Holmen doing all of that and more here in this game tonight, but they're facing a really tough offense in Central as well. And it's going to be a fun battle in this second half. Mason Elston getting set to kick this one away for Central from left to right. Holmen will move from right to left, as Tyus McCoy will stand at his 15-yard line. Here's the reverse to LeClaire, and he is buried at the 14-yard line. So playing a little bit of trickeration there. It does not work out. Tyrus McCoy handed it off to Luke LeClaire, and he was drilled at the 13-yard line, and that is where the Holmen Vikings will start their opening possession of the second half. So a little bit of a momentum grabber there if you're the Central special team squad. Just underway here in the second half. It'll be LeClaire under center with wingbacks to either side of him. And Brecken Turner right behind him as the fullback. And here is the read option. It's going to be a pitch to Braden Graw, but there was a mishap on that pitch. I think it got deflected on the way there. Went to the ground, and Central has recovered. First play from scrimmage for Holmen results in a turnover. And the Riverhawks are in fantastic field position to try to take advantage inside the Holmen 15-yard line. They ran that action to the right side. It looks like LeClaire wanted to pitch it to Graw, Braden Graw, who was out to the outside on the read option, but it looks like it got deflected somehow. And Central defenders all over the football to come up with a recovery. So first down and 10 for Mason Herlitzky as he tries to add to the lead or get the lead back for Central. High snap, he's able to handle it, spins out of one tackle and is finally wrapped up by about 5 or 6 Vikings. Somehow picks up 2 yards to the 11-yard line there, and it's going to be second down and 8. And we have seen that in the past, these high snaps for Herlitzky. He's been able to handle probably 90% of them, which is really, amazing considering he's only 5'7". The fact that he's able to get his hands up so quick, he's been able to avoid a lot of disasters in the backfield. Second down and 8 after the 2-yard pickup. Here's Herlitzky, quarterback draw all the way. Has a nice hole up the middle of the field, and he's going to go untouched into the end zone for the touchdown. An 11-yard scamper right up the middle after that turnover. And Central strikes quickly, and it's 27-21 here in this third quarter. So the Riverhawks take advantage of the turnover on that fumble by Holmen. Take the lead 27-21. Lily Weirs will come out for the extra point. She's perfect so far. Here is the snap, a little bit low, but Herlitzky does a nice job to get it up. And it is perfect right down the middle. 28-21 Central strikes first here in this second half. And we'll be back in 60 seconds to see if Holmen can respond. This is high school football on WKTY.
They say teamwork makes the dream work. It also gets stuff done, like your projects. That's why Kent Hammer Roofing and Construction and A1 Roofing and Construction have come together to give you a better home improvement experience. Kent Hammer A1 Roofing and Construction brings you over 30 years of roofing and construction. See what they can do for you. Go to KentHammerRoofing.com. If you think a good roofer is expensive, wait till you hire a bad one. Get the best of roofing and construction. Kent Hammer A1 Roofing and Construction.
For more than 70 years, WKTY La Crosse has been covering the best in area high school athletics, and that tradition carries on today with the return to action for our area high school teams on the football field. Support for the Onalaska Hilltoppers High School Athletics is proudly sponsored by some of the area's finest local businesses, including Kent Hammer Roofing and Construction, Kurt Paff State Farm Insurance Team on Main Street in Onalaska. Listen to WKTY for all your favorite high school action and watch on the WKTY app or online thanks to Kurt Paff State Farm Insurance in Onalaska and Firefighters Credit Union.
Stadium. Drew Kelly live with you tonight as Mason Elston booms one inside the 10-yard line for McCoy, and McCoy has a big lane up the left side of the field. He's able to pick a giant hole to about the 37, 38-yard line, and that's where the Vikings will start. So a good return there by McCoy to set him up in good position. McCoy, 5'11", 170 pounds, a junior. Plays some linebacker as well, and here comes the Holmen Vikings offense after that turnover. Just got to be able to flush it mentally. It's not going to be tough. It's not going to be easy, but you don't have time to wallow in self-pity with the Central offense. They're going to continue to come at you. Here's the read option by LeClaire, and he keeps it this time. I thought it was going to be another fumble. Central came out of the pile with it, and it looked like the ball was loose initially, but they say he was down. 3-yard gain on the play by LeClaire. It's going to be 2nd and 7. Got across the 40 to the 42-yard line there. 10:38 quarter. Under center is LeClaire. Wingbacks either side. It's Graw going in motion from left to the center. Almost another offsides on Central, but they hold their water. LeClaire looks at the wristband. Here's the pitch play going left side. It's Brecken Turner. Turner lowers his shoulder, his head, everything. Just basically runs into a pile inside the 45 to the 46-yard line. 3 yards shy of the first down. Trying to give him a little bit of a different look. Going outside with Brecken Turner instead of up the middle. Central did a pretty good job of reacting to it. LeClaire under center as he surveys the defense of Central. Here's the pitch play going right side. Trying to find the corner is Braden Graw, and he's not going to get there. Tackled right at the line of scrimmage. Good job contained-wise by Central, just flowing to the football, relentless. And I believe Graw lost a yard, so it's going to be 4th down and 4. LeClaire is going to line up like he's going to go for it. And now here's another one of those plays, and it's going to be stoned backwards, 2 yards short of the first down marker. They tried the quick run with LeClaire again. This time, Central was waiting for it, and they turned the Vikings over on downs at their own 47-yard lines. And I have never seen that play call before tonight. The first 2 times it worked like a charm. That time, obviously, halftime adjustments doing wonders, as the Riverhawks were not at all fooled on that third time. A charm play. 3 receivers out to the right side, 1 to the left, handoff up the middle. It is Boston Brindley, and he's fighting forward. Almost got out of a big scrum there as he gets across the 45 to the 44-yard line. Pick up a 3 there on 1st and 10. Not a lot of room in the middle of the offensive line, but he gets what he can. 8:55 to go here in the third quarter. 2 receivers lined up to the right side and 1 to the left. Here is the read option this time. Herlitsky is going to get maybe 2 on the play up the middle. Good job reading the play by the Holmen defense as well, knowing he had the football, limiting him to a small gain. Going to be 3rd down and 4 upcoming. $8:21 left here in this third quarter. 3 receivers out to the right side, 1 to the left. And here is the handoff. Brindley able to squeeze through a small hole left side of the line. Stretches for that first down, and he has it as they move the chains. Inside the 40 down to the 37. Pickup of 4. He needed 3. Now just kind of methodically moving the ball down the field is Central, proving they can do it both ways. Trips receivers out to the right side, 1 to the left. Here's Herlitsky. Fakes the throw to the right side, now takes off to the left. Somehow jitterbugs through 3 or 4 Vikings in the middle of the field and picks up 9. And when he puts the moves on, it's hard to get him down. It just is. You got to be so solid defensively. It'll be 2nd down and 2, gain of 8 there on 1st and 10. 3 receivers out right side, 1 left. Here's the snap to Herlitsky. Handoff is to Shepard, and he's not going anywhere. Lost a gain of 1 on the play. Back to the 30-yard line. They tried the middle of the field, and the Holmen defense having none of it. Maybe lost 2 back to the 31. 6:55 to go. Central 4-2 on the season, 2-2 in conference. Holmen 2-4 on the season, 2-2 in conference. Trips receivers right and 1 left for Central. Herlitsky Sends Shepard to his left in the shotgun formation. Here is the snap, handoff to Shepard. Very good patience as he takes the left edge, gets a first down and more across the 30-yard line, across the 25, and about to the 22-yard line. Picked up 9 when he needed just a couple there. And the Chains move again as they get to about the 21-yard line. Shotgun formation again. Trips receivers right, one left. Herlitzky again in the shotgun. They send a man in motion. That's Service. Good to see him okay. He was limping off the field in the first half. Now it's 2 receivers to each side. Shepard in the shotgun with Herlitzky. Here's the snap, straight back in the pocket. Has some time, deep over the middle. Warren had a step on his man. Did he make the catch? And he did! He fell down at the very end, but still hung on to the football. As it was closing in on him in the air, he was able to get the catch for the touchdown. 20-yard variety, and it's 34-21 Central with 5:51 to go, third quarter. Jackson Warren continues to be the favorite target of Mason Herlitzky. Proves it that time as a simple post pattern to the middle of the field. And they extend the lead to 13. Here is the extra point. It is up, and it is good. So the Riverhawks extend their lead to 35-21, 5:51 to go, third quarter. Back in 60 seconds, this is high school football on WKTY.
Midwest Family Lacrosse is bringing on the Gemütlichkeit. Because one essential part of Oktoberfest is a brat. We've teamed up with Catholic Cemeteries, Olive Juice Quilts, Paul's Heating and Air Conditioning, and Bubba's Meats to bring brats to seniors. We'll be grilling and delivering tons of brats to area senior living centers to make sure everyone has a chance to toast Oktoberfest. Brats for seniors from Bubba's Meats, Olive Juice Quilts, Paul's Heating and Air Conditioning, Catholic Cemeteries, and Midwest Family Lacrosse.
They say teamwork makes the dream work. It also gets stuff done, like your projects. That's why Kent Hammer Roofing and Construction and A1 Roofing and Construction have come together to give you a better home improvement experience. Kent Hammer A1 Roofing and Construction brings you over 30 years of roofing and construction. See what they can do for you. Go to KentHammerRoofing.com. If you think a good roofer is expensive, wait till you hire a bad one. Get the best of roofing and construction. Kent Hammer A1 Roofing and Construction.
All of a sudden, the rain has opened up here at Holmen High School, Empire Stadium. The kickoff by Mason Elston, picked up by LeClaire, runs into his own man, breaks a couple of tackles up the left sideline, finally run out of bounds at the 38-yard line, and it is coming down in a hurry. And the fans are either going to the cars or they're going to look for some drier areas around the field. And now that provides a different atmosphere, different type of question, which is how does these weather conditions affect the football in regards to possibly losing it, possibly committing turnovers. Got to be wary of that if you're the Holmen Vikings, as they have the football in their hands right now, down by 14. Luke LeClaire under center, hands it off to Brecken Turner. Turner is going to fight through the initial contact and get about 5 yards to the 41-yard line. But that Central Riverhawk who first hit him was swiping at the football, knowing exactly what kind of conditions these hold now. So second down and 5 at the Holmen 41-yard line. LeClaire under center for the Vikings. Here's the counter play. It goes to Turner again, runs over a Central defender. That was number 44, who's always in the mix. That time he got the brunt of it. That was Jeff Paulson. And it's first down and 10 as the chains move for the Vikings. 35-21. 5 minutes to go, third quarter. LeClaire under center. Graw goes in motion from right to left. It's going to be a read option keeper by LeClaire. Breaks through a tackle. Finally wrapped up inside Central territory to the 46-yard line. And that's a gain of 7. Second down and 3 upcoming. And we've got a player for Central down on the field. Looks like number 77 there, Marquise Cagle. We hope he's okay as the Central training staff rushes out to take a look at him. We're going to take a 30-second break. Might be a little bit longer, but we'll keep an eye on that for the time being. 35-21 the score, 4:43 to go here, third quarter. Back after this. This is high school football on WKTY.
Certain hungers need that perfect play call, one that goes all the way, one that's a guaranteed win. When you feel that rumble, bring in the big flavor that only Press Break can bring. Italian beef, Chicago dogs, or grab one of Press Break's signature paninis. Made to order, hot and fresh. In the mood for fish? They fry it up every weekend. As Central alum, the Williams family is proud to support Central High School sports and activities. Drive through for lunch tomorrow and do it again the day after at Press Break, corner of Rose and Monitor.
They say teamwork makes the dream work. It also gets stuff done, like your projects. That's why Kent Hammer Roofing and Construction and A1 Roofing and Construction have come together to give you a better home improvement experience. Kent Hammer A1 Roofing and Construction brings you over 30 years of roofing and construction. See what they can do for you. Go to KentHammerRoofing.com. If you think a good roofer is expensive, wait till you hire a bad one. Get the best of roofing and construction. Kent Hammer A1 Roofing and Construction.
Back here at Empire Stadium as the Brecken Turner show continues, as the rain continues to pour down. It's a 4-yard gain on second and short. That brings up a first down, and the chains will move to about the 43-yard line of Central. And the attitude has changed here for this Central Holmen vibe, just given all the momentum that was on Central's side. The Holmen sideline looks fired up. Central trying to get fired up as the water just pours down on them. Here's the pitch play. Not much there. Wrapped up at the 40-yard line that time. It was a pitch to Max LeClaire coming out of the backfield. Gain of 1 on the play. It's going to be second down and 9. And I now feel lucky that I didn't send my video man Cole into the wet night here in Holmen. We are safe and dry inside the press box. Second down and 9. Under center is LeClaire. Graw goes in motion. Counter play. It goes to Brecken Turner. Big hole up the middle. Inside the 30 down to the 27-yard line. Gain of 14 on second and 8. And he is gaining rhythm on these last couple of drives. LeClaire looks to the sideline for the play call from head coach Travis Kowalski. Goes under center. It'll be a counter play to Max LeClaire up the middle. Bounces off a couple of defenders and spins his way to the 20-yard line. Gain of about 8. They call it the 21, so pickup of 7 there on first down and 10, and it's second and 3. Vikings once again quickly up to the line of scrimmage. They don't want to waste any time. They feel the momentum. They don't want to just give it up. Under center is LeClaire. Hand off again to Turner. Turner keeps his feet moving, and he picks up another first down inside the 16-yard line. About the 15, close to that. I say officially the 17-yard line here. 2:50 and counting left in this third quarter. LeClaire looking to the sideline for the play call. Looking to make this a one-score game if they can get into the end zone here. And we've got whistles and a timeout, I believe, is going to be called by Central. Riverhawks want to talk things over. They see the tides changing in terms of momentum. And we will take a 30-second timeout as well. We'll be back after this. This is high school football on WKTY.
Certain hungers need that perfect play call, one that goes all the way, one that's a guaranteed win. When you feel that rumble, bring in the big flavor that only Press Break can bring. Italian beef, Chicago dogs, or grab one of Press Break's signature paninis. Made to order, hot and fresh. In the mood for fish? They fry it up every weekend. As Central alum, the Williams family is proud to support Central High School sports and activities. Drive through for lunch tomorrow and do it again the day after at Press Break, corner of Rose and Monitor.
here at Empire Stadium. Drew Kelly live with you tonight on WKTY 96.7 FM, 580 AM, WKTYSports.com/video, the WKTY app, and also around River City on Roku and Apple TV. This has been a fun one tonight, and we may get a little bit more drama. 2 touchdowns in a row in this third quarter by Central, but Holmen is driving here. First down and 10 at about the 16-yard line of the Riverhawks. Here's the counter play. It goes to Max LeClaire. Takes a beating inside the 10 to the 9-yard line, but he picks up 7 on second down and 10. Make that first down and 10. Now it's going to be second down and about 3 or 4. To the 10-yard line. Quick handoff. Quick quarterback sneak, rather, by Luke LeClaire. Flags do fly. Coach Kowalski doesn't like it. They tried that quick snap with nobody really paying attention for Central. We'll see what they're going to get. Refs are conferencing here with 2:16 to go in the third quarter. Central trying to get back into this one. Down by 14. Plenty of time to go here. Looks like it's going to be on the Riverhawks. 12 men on the field. They're just going to either decline the penalty or the refs weren't set. Now they do. Now they move it. It's going to be 12 men on the field. That's going to give the Holmen Vikings a first down at about the 5-yard line. LeClaire looks for the play call. Now dives in under center. Wingbacks to either side. Max LeClaire goes in motion, and somehow they were able to get the handoff to Brecken Turner. It was Paulson screaming off the edge. Just completely disrupted that timing there in the backfield, and it's going to be second down and goal at the 6, and they only lost 1. LeClaire under center. Rain continuing to get even harder, it seems like. It's going to be a rollout to the left side, and sacked by Paulson. The ball comes loose, rolls out of bounds. It'll be third down and goal at about the 9 or 10-yard line, and now we've got injured player on the Holmen sideline, and I believe Coach Kowalski wants a timeout anyway. We are going to take a slight timeout ourselves and be back after this. This is high school football on WKTY.
For more than 70 years, WKTY Lacrosse has been covering the best in area high school athletics, and that tradition carries on today with the return to action for our area high school teams on the football field. Support for Lacrosse Logan High School athletics is proudly sponsored by some of the area's finest local businesses, including Kenhammer Roofing and Construction, Jimmy's North Star, Newey's Vogue, and River City Rough Riders. Listen to WKTY for all your favorite high school action, and watch on the WKTY app or online thanks to Kirkpath State Farm Insurance in Onalaska and Firefighters Credit Union. For more than 70 years, WKTY Lacrosse has been covering the best in area high school athletics, and that tradition carries on today with the return to action for our area high school teams on the football field. Support for Lacrosse Central High School athletics is proudly sponsored by some of the finest local businesses in the area, including Kenhammer Roofing and Construction, Press Break Lacrosse, serving up some of the best sandwiches and other awesomeness fast. Listen to WKTY for all your favorite high school action, and watch on the WKTY app or online thanks to Kirkpath State Farm Insurance in Onalaska and Firefighters Credit Union.
Hi, I'm Kevin Millard, host of WKTY Outdoors. Each Saturday morning at 8, I'll share with you tips for better hunting and fishing success in the field, plus activities you and your family can participate in. There's a lot happening around here, so let's get out and enjoy it. Join me for WKTY Outdoors, brought to you by Ace Sportsland and Ace of Lacrosse, Saturday mornings from 8 until 9 on WKTY, 96.7 FM, 580 AM.
Hey, Lacrosse, don't miss the Bill Michaels Show every day from 11 to 2 right here on WKTY. Join me to discuss our favorite sports teams like the Brewers, Packers, Badgers, Bucks, and a lot more. I'm going to give you my opinion, speak with expert guests, and I'm going to chat with you as well. Just give me a call. The Bill Michaels Show, weekdays from 11 to 2 on Western Wisconsin sports talk leader, WKTY.
Back at Empire Stadium, Drew Kelly here on WKTY. Currently, as it stands, 35-21 1:31 to go in the third quarter. We have seen lightning in the area. It started pouring about 15 minutes ago, and it has started to increase. All the fans are being escorted out to the school area, so likely a lightning strike scene, or just not favorable weather, obviously, to play this game to this point. So we're going to have a little bit of a delay. Not sure the length of it, but obviously we will keep you up to date here on WKTY 96.7 FM and 580 AM. It's been a fun one up until this point. Points by both sides, lots of big-time plays by both sides. Holmen, obviously, as we mentioned, is driving, and there's another lightning strike as we continue to speak, but this will be a little bit of a delay here. Hope you stay with us to catch the conclusion of this one. We're going to send it back now to CBS Sports, a little bit more Nationals talk, and then we'll obviously update you as the situation continues to unfold. 35-21, and we'll go to CBS Sports right now here on WKTY.
Western Wisconsin Sports League.
Touchdown!
WKTY La Crosse, 96.7 FM, 580 AM.
And a dagger!
It's also a good point, right? It's not a touchdown. Also, time and score here.
Yeah,
No, you know.
Read the room a little bit. So 34-7, Iowa up against Maryland. Let's get to the closing bell.
Another day is in the books, and we're taking stock of the sports world. It's time to find out who's up and who's down. Let's end the day right and hit the closing bell. Only on the Zach Gelb Show.
I'm going to throw a curveball at you because I think it's better on a Friday. Every day when we do this, we go positive then negative. To go into the weekend, let's go negative to positive so we end on a good note. Play me Dean Pease, the defensive coordinator for the Atlanta Falcons. He got into it with the media because he was annoyed that they didn't congratulate Arthur Smith on his first win last week when they beat the Giants, right? Like, let me give you a standing ovation. And also he was annoyed with the media for saying that it was an ugly win. Here's how it went at his media availability.
I really have a hard time with respect when the first comment I hear on Monday morning is from a guy that says, well, finally the Atlanta Falcons won a game after 10 months. I didn't know we played in April and March. I forgot that Tampa Bay didn't win one for 7 months either. I mean, why not just say, why the sensationalism? Why not just say, hey, we finally, after 3 weeks, we won a game. It's 10 months. Throw that out there to the fans and all that. So why would you say that? And then the next thing out of the comment out of his mouth was it was an ugly win. But you don't have to describe an ugly win. So I don't really know what was ugly. Was it ugly that Isaiah stripped the ball in a 2-minute right before the half and gave the offense the ball in a 37? Was it ugly win that everybody talked about Dante Fowler in the last 6 months being only 2 sacks last year, and he's already got 2 strip sacks in the first 3 games? Was it an ugly win that all I heard in the offseason was how we couldn't finish a game? How about the offense driving the length of the field after they scored on us to score? We stop them in 2 minutes, which everybody says defense can't do, and then the offense goes down and kicks a field goal. Is that an ugly win?
Playing the Giants.
And we take a defensive back who played safety for me during preseason.
Playing the
Giants. Put him out there corner for our starting corner and did a really good job. What part of that was an ugly win?
18-49 since 2018.
And the guy said I wouldn't know if it was an ugly win or a good win. It's a win. It's a win. Everybody's ugly. Every game is not going to be perfect. So I don't understand that kind of feedback, or that the expectation is to win.
Check that. It's actually 18-49 since 2017. You're really going to be going after everyone over beating the Giants when you had to come from behind to do that for your first win? And I know he wasn't there last year, but this is the franchise's first win since November 29th. So, okay, we get it. You didn't play for a bunch of months, but you start the year off 0-2, you get 1 win, and then you run your mouth like that? Now, who do you think he's talking about? My first mind driving around in the morning, the great Carl Dukes, who you could hear on CBS Sports Radio. So I texted Carl and I said, was Dean Pease talking about you? Man, 1 win and he acts like he won the Super Bowl. Now, Carl didn't say he was talking about him, but he goes, complete overreaction, win something soft. Am I missing something here? You beat the Giants and you had to come from behind to do so in a last-second field goal, and now all of a sudden, everyone, what they said in previous weeks or their analysis after the game is wrong, right? That's wonderful performance.
And that win comes after getting shredded by Tom Brady in week 2 and getting shredded by the Eagles and Jalen Hurts in week 1.
The Eagles who stink.
Right. Coach the defense up first. Then start firing back, not after one win. Come on.
Give a stock down to Dean Pease. Tobias Harris revealed that he puts mustard on a cheesesteak. That is disgusting. And let me tell you this. Your cheesesteak must not be good if you need to put mustard on it. And he lives in Philadelphia. It's not living outside of Philadelphia. This guy plays for the Sixers. You don't need mustard on a cheesesteak. Stock down to Mr. Tobias Harris, Dix Hill's own. I'm from Dix Hills. Tobias is from Dix Hills. Maybe we'll break some bread and I'll show him not to put cheesesteak. Mustard on a cheesesteak. Jeez, disgusting. I can't even speak. I'm so disgusted by it. Another Sixer. Shams Charania is reporting that the Sixers are not paying Ben Simmons his $8.25 million payment today as the three-time All-Star awaits a trade. Simmons still not showing up to Philadelphia and understood the ramifications of his holdout. Yeah, I don't blame him. Big baby Ben. Lose all this money because he can't shoot the basketball. Stock down, Ben Simmons. Played me the Miami missed field goal when they were just about to come back and win the game.
Borregales takes 2 steps to his left. Headley looks back at Borregales. Waiting for the snap. Waiting for the snap. Snap is good. Kick on the way. It is out. It hit the upright. No good. It hit the upright. No good. No good. Virginia wins at Hard Rock Stadium. A heartbreaker. Borregales hit the left upright.
I feel bad for the kicker, but I don't feel bad for the head football coach. The U, what a disaster. Stock down. Last night, the Rangers and Pirates both got their 100th loss of the season. Stock down to both of those franchises. Rob Gronkowski, doubtful for the game on Sunday night as the Buccaneers with Tom Brady and Rob Gronkowski make their return to Foxborough. Stock down to the Gronker. The fact that Calvin Johnson, we see Matthew Stafford through 3 games, everyone loves him. The fact that Calvin Johnson never got out of Detroit and got to go to another team, that's just disappointing. Stock down. Stock up to Dusty Baker, is the first manager to win division titles with 5 different teams. He did so with the Astros. Stock up. And finally, Urban Meyer. Use James Robinson more. Your quarterback played his best game of the year when he had his most rushing attempts this year with James Robinson. Undrafted 1,000-yard rusher a year ago. They tried to screw him over this year by drafting Travis Etienne. Unfortunately, he got hurt. James Robinson had 2 touchdowns last night. Stock up. And real quickly, give me a stock up to Joe Burrow. Love that second half comeback last night for the Bengals, who are 3-1. That's the Zach Gelb Show on CBS Sports Radio. Ryan, thanks for participating for 2 days this week. We'll see you for 5 hopefully next week. You can catch Ryan Saturday, tomorrow, 6 to 10 p.m. Eastern on CBS Sports Radio. You can catch me on Sunday, Eye on Football. 8 hours I locked myself in this studio. 12 to 8 p.m. Eastern. I'll be back on Monday to recap all the madness at 6. You don't want to miss it. Thank you for listening. You guys are the best. Peace.
Have you tried learning a new language but it never seems to stick? That's because there's more to language than learning vocab words. Babbel is different. Babbel's multiple ways to learn helps you explore every aspect of a new language, anytime, right from your phone or computer. Practice real-life conversations in the Babbel app.
¿Cómo te llamas?
¿Cómo te llamas?
Get personalized help from an instructor in Babbel's live online classes.
Classes are limited to 6 people. We keep them small so everyone can get the help and practice they need.
Review words and phrases with fun games, or dive into the culture with short videos. Whatever your learning motivation, Babbel gives you the tools you'll need to explore your new language. And Babbel is built around real life. Everything from the interactive lessons and live online classes to the podcasts and games will teach you things you'll actually use, so you're ready for real-life conversations. With Babbel, you can speak a new language. Babbel. More ways to explore. More ways to learn. Start learning today at Babbel.com. That's Babbel.com. Babbel.com.
The IRS, the world's most aggressive collection agency. They can seize your property, bank account, and garnish your wages. They cause sleepless nights for millions of Americans. Don't be one of them. If you owe $10,000 or more to the IRS or state, get protected today. Call 800-312-9970. Coast One Tax Group, protecting your bank, home, and your sleep since 2008. With hundreds of 5-star reviews and an A+ on the Better Business Bureau. Call Coast One Tax Group, 800-312-9970. Stanley from New York owed $93,000. The IRS placed a levy on his bank account. Coast One released the levy and settled with the IRS for $2,000. Mark in Michigan owed $225,000. After Coast One stepped in, Mark walked away paying less than $1,500. Call Coast One now. A 10-minute call can save you up to 93% on your back taxes. Get your fresh start today. That's 800-312-9970.
Paid for by Bar Justice. Attention. Have you or a loved one been diagnosed with cancer after using Zantac or other heartburn medications for several months? Zantac may be linked to these cancers: bladder, colorectal, esophageal, intestinal, kidney, liver, ovarian, pancreatic, stomach, testicular, and uterine. If you or a loved one have been diagnosed with cancer after using Zantac or other heartburn medications for several months, call now. Never stop taking medication without first consulting a physician. Call right now for a free consultation. Call 800-379-9550. 800-379-9550.
Do you take a lot of medicine or take care of someone that does? Hero is the new smart device that makes life easier by pre-sorting a 90-day supply of up to 10 different pills. Just pour them in and Hero does the rest.
So easy to use and saves me so much time. I never miss a dose. I'm never late for a dose anymore. And that is so critical to me.
What I like best about my Hero is that it's so easy to set up and it's so easy to use. And I don't have to worry about my pills or get distracted and forget, did I take that pill or not? Because it reminds me.
It alerts and dispenses with the push of a button. Plus, Hero sends a friendly alert to you and a caregiver.
Hero is amazing, but you could even live out of state with the person and still program their Hero from the convenience of your phone.
I feel better than I have ever felt simply because I have this device.
Try Hero risk-free for 30 days. If you don't love it, you don't keep it.
Call 800-608-9432. That's 800-608-9432. 800-608-9432. Call now.
Paid for by Hero Health Incorporated.
Right now, people are home with their pets more often, and I think now, especially with the shedding, they're more cognizant of what's going on and that it's an actual issue, and Dynovite has helped tremendously in our house with that.
I just heard the Dynovite commercial so many times that I said, you know what, I'll give it a shot, and I ordered it and tried it, and it worked.
The Dynovite, the being at home, working with them, they all love it.
Me and Chewy are together 24/7.
Within 3 weeks, he's not scratching and itching, and he's an all-around happier dog.
DINOVITE.com.
Individuals and businesses with tax problems, listen carefully. Do you feel like you're losing control of your finances? If you owe over $10,000 in back taxes or have unfiled tax returns, we can help you take back control. The IRS is the largest and most aggressive collection agency in the world, and they can seize your bank accounts, garnish your paycheck, close your business, and file criminal charges. Take control of your tax problem now by calling the experts at U.S. Tax Shield and take advantage of the Fresh Start program and new laws that may allow us to negotiate a settlement for the lowest amount possible. Our team of tax attorneys and enrolled agents can stop collections and get you protected so you can take control of your financial future. U.S. Tax Shield offers a price protection guaranteed quote to get you protected today. U.S. Tax Shield is A+ rated with the Better Business Bureau, so call now. 800-785-9132. That's 800-785-9132. U.S. Tax Shield. 800-785-9132.
You're listening to the JR Sport Brief on CBS Sports Radio.
That's right. This is the JR Sport Brief Show on CBS Sports Radio. I am coming to you live from the Rocket Mortgage Studios. Whether you want to buy a home or refinance your current home, Rocket Mortgage can help you get there. For home loan solutions that fit your life, Rocket can. I will, and damn it, I'm going to hang out here with you for the next 4 hours. It's a Friday night. The last time I checked, let me check again. It is Friday, October 1st. Time flies when you're having fun. Or maybe just time flies on the calendar period. It doesn't matter. I'm here with you now. This is when I get started. Every single weeknight, 10 p.m. Eastern Time, 7 p.m. Pacific. Thank you to producer Susumu Araki. He'll put the show together. He's making sure that everything runs smooth. Okay? And we got a lot to talk about. Obviously, we're pulling up on another NFL Sunday. We're pulling up on another Saturday of college football. I mean, damn it, we got college football going on right now. For whatever reason, I don't know why this is on my screen right now, but, University of Houston, and by the way, I'll be out at University of Houston. Shout outs to the Cougars. I'll be out there in about a month. My Media for the Movement tour. They're up on Tulsa right now, 35-3. So what I'm going to do is just going to change the channel here in the studio. I got no point. There's no point in me watching this. And so we're going to talk about some of the games. We'll talk about the weekend. We'll get you all set. We'll get you ready. We got old guys battling it out. Aaron Rodgers and Ben Roethlisberger. We have two undefeated teams going at it. We got the Cards and the Rams. We're waiting to see who emerges out of the NFC West. Someone's O has got to go. Yeah, I stole that from a boxing announcer, but who cares? Do what I want here, okay? We also have the Raiders and the Chargers. Two teams in the AFC West that they're supposed to be like below the Chiefs. The Chiefs are below them. We'll talk about it. Russell Wilson is doing things with Pete Carroll as they take on the 49ers. I'm trying to figure out if Russell Wilson and Pete Carroll care about each other. Speaking of caring about each other, Ben Simmons still doesn't care about the Sixers, but maybe his wallet does. We'll talk about that. And, of course, the gigantic matchup that surprisingly, and we've had enough stories about it, but surprisingly we have not heard more about Tom Brady and his return to New England. Maybe I'm missing something. Maybe I turn my ears off. Maybe I don't care. I want to see the game. I don't care about all the extra stuff. I thought we'd hear more. We got the book and Belichick is a jerk. And then we heard Tom Brady said, he's not a jerk. And then Bill Belichick says, I don't care about the book. And I think this is ultimately going to culminate with a Sunday night ass kicking that the Buccaneers go ahead and give Bill Belichick and the Patriots. So we'll talk about that all. And in a few minutes, I'm going to get a little bit more in depth about Belichick and Brady and the Pats and the Bucks. It's going to be one of the most watched football games in God only knows how long. We'll talk about it in a second. Producer Susumu Sus, how are you this evening, man?
I'm all good. I'm looking forward to this weekend. And I was thinking the same exact thing you were. It's like, why haven't we heard a lot more stories? I feel like this whole week would have been just completely dominated by Brady, Belichick. What are they going to do? Are they going to hug it out? Or are they going to just ignore each other very passive aggressively? We don't know, but we'll find out this Sunday night.
How about that? So I felt like I was, in a WWE 1987 promo. I like that. Oh, we needed some neon lights and some Zuba pants, and I think we would be there. But it is surprising. And you know what? Maybe there's not so much about, Tom Brady's return to New England. Maybe it's because we know everything already. What the hell more is there to say? A guy is coming out with a book in about 2 weeks. He told us in the book that Bill Belichick is a jerk. And I mean, please tell us something that we haven't known for, 20 years. If you live in Cleveland, this is something that you've probably known for close to 25 years. So what do we don't know? We know all of these things already. Belichick is a jerk. Nobody likes him. Maybe a couple of people. His dog. I would expect his girlfriend to like him, but let's be real. Not everybody in a relationship likes the person that they're with. And why the hell would you like a guy that sounds like this? I mean, this is Bill Belichick. This man is expressing his appreciation for everything that Tom Brady and Rob Gronkowski did, and listen to how enthusiastic he sounds.
and know some of the players well. Tom and Rob and guys like that. Certainly Rob and Tom done a lot for this organization, a lot for me, and I appreciate everything they've done. I have a ton of respect for them.
Yeah, that sounds like someone who just loves his job and really expresses appreciation. Can you imagine sitting in this guy's office and him going, yeah, guys, I really appreciate, the biggest and best stretch that any NFL team has ever had in the history of all time, and thank you so much. You would want to slap the living hell out of him. I don't know. We know he's cranky. I want to see Bill Belichick have some fun. Like, I want to see this man be enjoyable. And I know producer Suss here he threw me back to the 80s with that voice where they go, Sunday, Sunday, Sunday. It reminds me of, what's that? Ernest. I'm sure a lot of the people listening to me right now know about Ernest. The movies, I don't know. Ernest Goes to Camp. Ernest Goes to the Dentist. Ernest Goes to Church. Like, everywhere Ernest went, he had a damn adventure. I need Bill Belichick to go do something else besides football. I need Bill Belichick goes to the museum. Bill Belichick goes to the amusement park. Bill Belichick goes to get cotton candy. Like, there has to be some things in life for Bill Belichick that keeps him from sounding like he just had an enema. Like, these things have to exist. What a guy. And I don't know, maybe Tom Brady is tired of Bill Belichick. Maybe he's tired of talking about it. Maybe he's been yelling out plays all week. But Tom Brady, the amount of respect and admiration that Bill Belichick has shown to Tom Brady actually said he looks back fondly on his time with Belichick.
I mean, he's a great coach, obviously a great coach, and has everyone prepared, does a great job of that. And obviously, I said before, taught me a lot, was a great mentor for me for a long time.
No, I hope he's been yelling all week. I hope that there's not another issue. Who the hell has he been yelling at? Antonio Brown, he just came back from the COVID list. Good for you, Antonio Brown. Rob Gronkowski, I mean, he may not play. I mean, everybody's talking about Bill Belichick and his return to New England. Well, what about Rob Gronkowski? What about the man who has scored more touchdowns than any player in just Patriots history? He has busted up ribs. He's doubtful. I told you Antonio Brown is back. Probably not going to matter too much. Well, I mean, the fact that Gronk is out, they put up points against everybody anyway. Tampa Bay, their offense, they lead the entire NFL, 34 points per game. Tom Brady setting himself up for an early MVP charge. I know it's early, but he's already thrown for 1,087 yards, 10 touchdowns, and 2 interceptions. How you do that, Tom Brady? 44 years old. I know how he does it. He doesn't get hit, and he has some of the best weapons in the NFL. Real simple formula. And not only that, we know Tom Brady already has the most touchdown passes ever. He has more wins than any quarterback ever. He has more Super Bowl titles. He has more conference championships. He only needs 68 passing yards to surpass Drew Brees for the most passing yards ever in the regular season. 68. Expect that to be done, I don't know, maybe in the first quarter, probably definitely by the second, unless they're getting smoked by Bill Belichick. And I have no idea what plan Bill Belichick can come up with to actually stop Tom Brady. I don't know. I don't. Because, it's a simple formula. The New England Patriots have had enough trouble trying to score anyway. They put up 16 points against the Dolphins and they lost. They put up 13 points against the Saints. They lost 28-13. The New England Patriots are 1-2 this season, and the only team they beat, how about this? It's the New York Jets. A final score of 25-6. Yeah, the New York Jets couldn't slap together more than, one score, maybe two of them against the Pats. It took the New York Jets for the Patriots to put up 25 points. Mac Jones, he didn't have the best of games against the Saints, throwing interceptions all over the place. For the season, Bill Belichick has been holding his hand. 2 touchdowns, 3 interceptions. They haven't let him loose, but do you want to let him loose? Probably not a good idea. And speaking of being let loose, I mean, the way Mac Jones speaks when he's in front of the media, you would think that Bill Belichick has this man locked in the basement. I know he's a rookie. He's a young guy. He always sounds nervous when he speaks. I don't know. He's a young man. Maybe he'll get chopped in the throat one day by accident and develop a little bit more of a voice. But this is Mac Jones. This is going to be a big game for him. All of the focus is on Belichick. It's all on Brady. It's about the reunion. Brady back in Foxborough. But this is what Mac Jones had to say about handling the pressure.
Really, with pressure, you just got to focus on doing what you're supposed to do. And people who have jobs in high-pressure situations, that's what they do. They do their job really well, and they prepare really hard. So it's all you can control. And once the hay is in the barn, the hay's in the barn. And
the hay's, I wonder if Nick Saban taught him that. I know after that press conference, Bill Belichick probably dragged Mac Jones back into the basement. He's probably staring at film right now. I can tell you my expectations here. The Buccaneers, they took their first L. They lost to the Rams. But besides that, I told you about the offense. I told you about Tom Brady. They do have some defensive injuries. Richard Sherman, who just signed with the team, is going to be active. My understanding is that even though he will be active, we shouldn't expect to see him in action unless there's a catastrophe. And Tom Brady, he knows, even with their issues, Jason Pierre-Paul and Bunting being out, he says that the Pats, they actually present a challenge, many challenges for the Bucs.
I think it's probably most difficult to play against them. I think preparing is one thing. I think playing is a whole nother thing. So they're a lot of great players, obviously well coached. They all play hard, tough, smart.
Man, I always love it when you have the top coaches, the top players, where they start just like lobbing roses and flowers and bouquets, when they start throwing the compliments at the opposition just to not rile them up, just to not fire them up. When we all know the truth, these teams suck. The Patriots can't score. Mac Jones is probably going to be lit up. It's going to be a massive upset if the Patriots beat Belichick. Well, Bill Belichick is supposed to know Tom Brady better than anybody, right? Bill Belichick is supposed to have this magic formula that's going to stop Tom Brady from doing anything, right? Wrong. I expect Tom Brady to go out there and just be throwing darts. I expect Tom Brady to have at minimum 4 touchdowns. I expect the New England Patriots not to be able to muster more than, I don't know, 25 points against the Bucs. The Bucs should be able to score all over the place. But this is football. Now that I said that, this game was probably going to end, 10-3. Especially, there's a couple of factors at hand here. The Bucs just got handled by the Rams, 34-24. Tom Brady already said that he's looking to put that in the back seat, leave it around, and keep it moving. He said that they are ready to bounce back from that loss to the Rams.
This is a big game for our team, a big game for our guys. We had a tough loss last week. We want to get back on track, get back to winning. We got to do things the right way. Obviously, this team challenges you to do it the right way. They do a lot of difficult things for the offense, so it's going to be a big challenge for us.
Okay. Okay, Tom Brady, it's going to be a big challenge. Sure. Every game is a big challenge. But Tom Brady, he's a competitive dude, and I think we've seen him on the sidelines where you might call Odell Beckham Jr., a clown. People call Tom Brady, he's passionate. Really cares about the game. Look at him slamming his tablet. He really cares. This is likely going to be a beatdown. But this is why we watch. Because we don't know the outcome. We can only go ahead and utilize common sense, something that a lot of us don't have, and we can try to rationalize the information that we have in front of us and draw a conclusion. The conclusion says the Buccaneers just won the Super Bowl. They're returning the same offense and defense. They're dealing with injuries. They lead the NFL in scoring, and the Patriots cannot break even in scoring. They could only beat up on the New York Jets. It also says that Mac Jones is a rookie quarterback. What are the odds that in this gigantic moment that he is going to outplay Tom Brady? And yes, by the way, how are you going to outplay Tom Brady when you don't have the same weapons as Tom Brady? Is Bill Belichick going to come up with some master scheme, some grand scheme? I doubt it. At the end of the day, you got to play with the talent that you have out there on the field. You got to go to bat. You got to go on the field with the dudes in the locker room. And right now, Tom Brady and the Buccaneers, they have more talent. And they have the thing that the Buccaneers, or excuse me, there's too many Buccaneers and Pirates and Patriots in this conversation. The Patriots don't have Tom Brady anymore. That's what's missing. And the Bucs have more talent. This is going to be an annihilation. I expect it. That's what's most likely. Can it happen that this game is a flub? Can this game be boring? Can Bill Belichick out-scheme Bruce Arians and Tom Brady? Anything's possible. But I'll put it to you this way. The Pats' chances of winning this game is slim to none. The hot take would be they have no chance. But I don't do hot takes. I do reality. And I'll tell you this much. I think the Buccaneers, in simple terms, they're going to light that ass up. It's very, very simple. Prepare for a lot of blank face Bill Belichick on the sidelines because the camera will be planted on this man for 3 whole hours. The Bucs, they're going to whoop him. The Pats, they stand a chance, but it is a very, very small one. This is a vengeance game. It's the JR Sport Brief Show here with you on CBS Sports Radio. There is no vengeance, only love here. I'm opening up the phone lines for a lot of love. The number here, 855-212-4CBS. That's 855-212-4CBS. Do the Patriots stand a good chance? What do you think the Buccaneers, what do you think Tom Brady is going to do to Belichick and the Pats? Is it 1 touchdown, 2, 3, 4 touchdowns, 5 touchdowns? What do you think Brady is going to do on his return to New England? I'm taking your phone calls when we come back. You're listening to the JR Sport Brief Show on CBS Sports Radio.
I need tech that can make me as productive in my home office as I am at my office.
It's possible with Staples Connect.
How about a PC that'll help me get the most out of my day and my budget?
Staples Connect makes it possible with the tools you need to work from anywhere. And now get up to $160 off select PCs, like the Asus VivoBook laptop with Intel Core i5 processor. Explore what's new at your local Staples or staplesconnect.com. Staples Connect, the working and learning store. Ends 10/2, in-store only, limit 2.
Southern recipe. Pork rinds.
Southern Recipe pork rinds are the bold flavor crunch you crave in a no-carb snack. Crush them in keto-friendly recipes for an extra collagen protein kick. Yep, Southern Recipe pork rinds have 0 carbs, naturally gluten-free, and loaded with collagen. Get your crunch on at southernrecipe.com/radio today. That's southernrecipe.com/radio.
Southern Recipe pork rinds.
Visit your local Meijer today for your Southern Recipe pork rinds.
Right now, people are home with their pets more often, and I think now, especially with the shedding, they're more cognizant of what's going on and that it's an actual issue, and Dynovite has helped tremendously in our house with that.
I just heard the Dynovite commercial so many times that I said, you know what, I'll give it a shot, and I ordered it and tried it, and it worked.
The Dynovite, being at home, working with them, they all love it.
Me and Chewy are together 24/7.
Within 3 weeks, he's not scratching and itching, and he's an all-around happier dog.
DINOVITE.com. Buying a car can be a bumpy ride. You need to get financing from a lender, insurance from an agency, and complete the purchase at a dealership. But Navy Federal Credit Union's fully loaded car buying experience makes car buying smooth. That's because there's everything you need to buy, finance, protect, and enjoy your dream car. Learn more at NavyFederal.org/car buying. Navy Federal Credit Union. Our members are the mission. Insured by NCUA.
So the dream was to build your very own law practice. Be your own boss, call all the shots. But have things like billing, HR, timekeeping, and all the other management stuff turned your dream into a nightmare? Take charge of your practice with Lexicon. We're the intersection of practice management software and legal support services for your firm. You'll get more billable and livable hours back. Lexicon marks the spot for all your practice management needs. Visit lexiconservices.com/intersection to get the whole story or schedule a demo.
Individuals and businesses with tax problems, listen carefully. Do you feel like you're losing control of your finances? If you owe over $10,000 in back taxes or have unfiled tax returns, we can help you take back control. The IRS is the largest and most aggressive collection agency in the world, and they can seize your bank accounts, garnish your paycheck, close your business, and file criminal charges. Take control of your tax problem now by calling the experts at U.S. Tax Shield and take advantage of the Fresh Start program and new laws that may allow us to negotiate a settlement for the lowest amount possible. Our team of tax attorneys and enrolled agents can stop collections and get you protected so you can take control of your financial future. U.S. Tax Shield offers a price protection guaranteed quote to get you protected today. U.S. Tax Shield is A+ rated with the Better Business Bureau, so call now. 800-785-9132. That's 800-785-9132. U.S. Tax Shield. 800-785-9132.
Attention all authors. Page Publishing is looking for authors. Have you written a book and want to get it published? Page Publishing will get your book into bookstores and for sale online at Amazon, Apple iTunes, and other outlets. They handle all aspects of the publishing process for you. Printing, cover art, publicity, copyright, and editing. Call 800-501-3689 now for your free author submission kit. That's 800-501-3689 for your free author submission kit. Again, 800-501-3689.
Right now, people are home with their pets more often, and I think now, especially with the shedding, they're more cognizant of what's going on and that it's an actual issue, and Dynovite has helped tremendously in our house with that.
I just heard the Dynovite commercial so many times that I said, you know what, I'll give it a shot, and I ordered it and tried it, and it worked.
The Dynovite, being at home, working with them, they all love it.
Me and Chewy are together 24/7.
Within 3 weeks, he's not scratching and itching, and he's an all-around happier dog.
DINOVITE.com.
Paid for by Bar Justice. Attention. Have you or a loved one been diagnosed with cancer after using Zantac or other heartburn medications for several months? Zantac may be linked to these cancers: bladder, colorectal, esophageal, intestinal, kidney, liver, ovarian, pancreatic, stomach, testicular, and uterine. If you or a loved one have been diagnosed with cancer after using Zantac or other heartburn medications for several months, call now. Never stop taking medication without first consulting a physician. Call right now for a free consultation. Call 800-379-9550. 800-379-9550.
You're listening to the JR Sport Brief on CBS Sports Radio.
I listen to your show almost every night, at least for a little bit at a time. You do such a good job, man. I said it then, I'm going to say it again. You deserve a raise. Whoever needs to hear that, get this audio up to them. Second time I'm calling, second time I'm saying.
Call in now at 855-212-4CBS.
That's right. It's the JR Sport Brief Show here with you on CBS Sports Radio. We're talking about the big primetime matchup. Talking big ratings, big money, championships, primetime, America. It's the New England Patriots versus the Buccaneers. More importantly, it's the return of Tom Brady to Foxborough. Since he joined the Buccaneers, since he left Bill Belichick, since he won himself a Super Bowl the first year gone. Can't write this stuff, can you? So I got the phone lines open. 855-212-4CBS. That's 855-212-4CBS. Mac Jones is the quarterback. Rookie, they're holding his hand. Offense has been pedestrian. Bucks lead the world in points per game, have more weapons. Okay, Gronkowski is doubtful. Antonio Brown is returning. You still got Evans. You still got Godwin. Everybody stands a chance. But the Patriots' chances are slim here. I expect Tom Brady to be out there throwing darts. And no, this is not a one-on-one matchup. It's not a boxing matchup. This is not Tom Brady versus Bill Belichick in the octagon. For some reason, I think Belichick would win. I think he'd dirty. I think he'd cheat. Low blows and eye gouges, etc. But the Bucks are a better team. We know that. I think there's some added oomph for Tom Brady to be like, sorry, you missed out. You suck. Should have kept me. What do you think's going to happen in this game? Do the Patriots stand a decent chance? Is Belichick going to outmaneuver and outchess the Bucks? I doubt it. You need some talent, man. Tony's calling from Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. Tony, you're on CBS Sports Radio. Go on ahead, Tony.
All right, boss, I got something for you here. So here's my deal. Brady, we're talking about a little bit of wrestling theme, so to speak. Brady, to me, is the cerebral assassin. Everything he does, there's a reason for it. I'm going to quote a line from the Mission Impossible movies. I don't remember which one it was. Brady has anticipated this moment for a long time, and I believe he's the manifestation, so to speak, of destiny. And I think he's made Belichick his mission. It's quoting a line from a movie, but there is nothing bigger. This moment isn't any bigger than anything else Brady's ever seen. I believe Belichick, with all his scheming and everything he wants to do to stop this, Belichick's got to stop Arians first of all and then Brady. But I think at this point, Brady has waited for this probably for a long time. And he's going to say the right things because he's Brady. And he plays the role so well, he can do and be anyone he wants to be this whole week. But I believe it comes down to this week, Brady's going to do whatever he has to do to leave that stadium. And fans may start cheering for him for I don't know. I love the guy because he's self-made, and I think he's going to show the reason why he left, and Belichick's going to be left with a lot more questions than answers. And I just want to hear your take on that.
Okay. Well, thank you, Tony, for calling up from Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. We got a Triple H and Tom Cruise reference in one call. How about that? I agree. What else what's going to shake Tom Brady? Nothing. This man has been to Super Bowls. He's won, he's lost. He's 7-3. You think going up to New England, okay, it's going to be emotional. It's going to be emotional in a way that he has never experienced. But once you get going, you settle down. You get into the groove. Everything is pretty chill. Football is still football. Once the emotions are out of the way initially, I think he's going to settle down and do what he does. That's win. You know, Bill Belichick can scheme up whatever he wants to. He can't scheme up a Tom Brady. Jay is calling from Detroit, Michigan. Jay, you're on CBS Sports Radio.
How you doing, Jay? How you doing?
Very good.
Boy, I tell you, boy, you be just for show with your picks. But I'm going to say this, man. You say you living in reality. But if you think for 1 second that Tom Brady and the Buccaneers is going to walk to the Gillette Stadium and step on Bill Belichick, you crazy, man. And I understand that. Listen, I understand that Mac Jones has been struggling and they've been struggling to move the ball. But this football is week to week, okay? You got a soft defense over there with Tampa Bay. Them boys done gave up 1,100 yards in 3 games, man. Don't sit here and talk like they just some unstoppable juggernauts, man. The Steelers has never beat
Jay.
Ever. The Steelers has never beat the Sensei.
Excuse me. Jay, can you hear me?
Oh, I can hear you.
Well, good. I'm having trouble hearing you. You calling me from a microwave or a cell phone?
No, my bad, brother. I had you on my AirPods.
You okay? You're sorry. You got so wound up, and I heard part of what you said. You got so wound up for me not to even understand half of what you said, but I understand this. It's common sense. What team has more talent?
The Buccaneers. No doubt.
Okay, the Buccaneers. Okay, well, fine. So if you had to put, wait a minute. Stop, Jay. Jay, stop it. Cut it out. Listen, you just said the Buccaneers have more talent. If you had to put money on who was going to win this game, who would it be?
I got money on this game. FanDuel. Facts.
Well, who do you have? I don't care. I don't care about that. You do. So. Jay, man, you do a lot of talking and not enough listening, man.
Because this your show. I only get 30 seconds. Let me speak my
No. Slow down. No. Okay. If you actually would stop and listen, it is my show. You're correct. I would have a conversation with you. You don't have to fight with me for airtime. Does that make sense?
Yes.
You said something and I stopped. That's how a conversation works. The only time I do that is if someone comes on and they don't shut up like you. So my point is, you say you do have money down, and I assume it's on the Bucks, correct?
No, it's on the Patriots.
Why?
Money line. Because it's football and it's week to week, just like last week, Kansas City got popped. Nobody thought that San Diego was going to pop forward this week to week. All I'm saying is I see a weakness in Tampa Bay defense. They done gave up 1,100 yards within 3 games.
So let me ask you, I know all of that, Jay. Let me ask you this. For the trouble that it is week to week, I said that out of my own mouth. I said any given Sunday, I said that. What have you seen from the New England Patriots and their offense? What have you seen from Mac Jones that you feel confident that they are going to put up enough points to outscore a team that leads the NFL in scoring?
Listen, brother, what I've seen is not within Mac Jones. It's Bill Belichick. I feel like he is going to have them boys ready. If he don't win another game for the rest of his career, he going to make sure he win this game.
Okay. Well, that's
all I'm saying, brother.
Well, okay. Well, that's very tough to do, knowing that he's not playing. Well, thank you, Jay, for calling from Detroit. Bill Belichick's not playing. Can the Patriots win? And I've said this. Yes, of course they can win. That's any given Sunday. Duh. We know that already. Anybody can lose. You know who has more talent, but you took a different bet. I hope it works out in your favor. It's the JR Sport Brief Show here with you on CBS Sports Radio. The phone lines are still open. 855-212-4CBS. What do you believe this outcome is going to be? Is Tom Brady going to light that ass up? Or do you agree with Jay from Detroit? Is Belichick going to come up with the master plan to beat the Bucks? You can call me up. 855-212-4CBS. It's the JR Sport Brief Show. Right now, it's time for a news flash with Brian McKeon. Bob Husler.
CBS Sports Radio.
Sports Flash.
All right, JR, the possibility of tiebreaker craziness could be looming in the American League wild card race. The Yankees began this night in the top spot, 2 games in front of Boston and Seattle, who were tied for the second wild card. 1 game in front of the Blue Jays. The Blue Jays have won. The Red Sox have won. The Mariners are playing, and the Yankees are down to their last strike with the tying and winning runs on base, and Rougned Odor has just struck out to end the game. So the Yankees have lost to the Rays 4-3, so now it really has tightened up. The Yankees lead.
Your station for sports.
Way back. Get up. Get out of here. Go!
WKTY La Crosse, 96.7 FM, 580 AM.
Back here at Empire Stadium, Drew Kelly live with you here tonight from Holmen High School. Currently, the situation, we're still in a lightning delay. It looks like things have started to clear off, though. We have 10 minutes still on the clock to make sure there's no other lightning strikes in the area. Obviously, player safety first, student safety first. They are going to give the student-athletes 10 minutes to warm up once that clock hits 0. So we're looking about 20 minutes from now. Game situation currently, Holmen trails Central 35-21. It was 21-21 at the half. Central, a couple of quick touchdowns in this third quarter, but obviously Holmen driving, currently third and goal at the 10-yard line. And obviously looking to get back to a one-score game, make it a little bit more tough for the final 12 minutes of the contest. Central 4-2 on the season, Holmen 2-4. Very pivotal game in the MVC as well as for playoff implications. And so this should be a fun fourth quarter when we get back to it. Obviously, as we mentioned, late in the third quarter, about 1:50 left until we hit that final stanza. And we will have it for you in about 20 minutes right here on WKTY. So stay tuned. Keep listening to CBS Sports and all the great programming there. We'll be back in just a few minutes. And we'll send it back to CBS Sports right now.
Take the Jim Rome Show, weekday afternoons on CBS Sports Radio.
CBS Sports Radio.
Jay Farner here, CEO of Rocket Companies. If you thought you missed your chance to refinance and save, think again. Mortgage rates have recently dropped below 3%, and Rocket Mortgage can help you save big. You could lower your monthly payment and prepare yourself for a better financial future. But you've got to act now. Call us today at 8338-ROCKET or go to rocketmortgage.com.
Rocket. Conditions apply. Equal housing lender licensed in all 50 states. NMLSConsumerAccess.org, number 3030.
Southern Recipe Pork Rinds.
Southern Recipe pork rinds are the bold flavor crunch you crave in a no-carb snack. Crush them in keto-friendly recipes for an extra collagen protein kick. Yep, Southern Recipe pork rinds have 0 carbs, naturally gluten-free, and loaded with collagen. Get your crunch on at southernrecipe.com/radio today. That's southernrecipe.com/radio.
Southern Recipe pork rinds.
Visit your local World Market today for your Southern Recipe pork rinds.
Individuals and businesses with tax problems, listen carefully. Do you feel like you're losing control of your finances? If you owe over $10,000 in back taxes or have unfiled tax returns, we can help you take back control. The IRS is the largest and most aggressive collection agency in the world, and they can seize your bank accounts, garnish your paycheck, close your business, and file criminal charges. Take control of your tax problem now by calling the experts at U.S. Tax Shield and take advantage of the Fresh Start program and new laws that may allow us to negotiate a settlement for the lowest amount possible. Our team of tax attorneys and enrolled agents can stop collections and get you protected so you can take control of your financial future. U.S. Tax Shield offers a price protection guaranteed quote to get you protected today. U.S. Tax Shield is A+ rated with the Better Business Bureau, so call now. 800-785-9132. That's 800-785-9132. U.S. Tax Shield. 800-785-9132.
So the dream was to build your very own law practice. Be your own boss, call all the shots. But have things like billing, HR, timekeeping, and all the other management stuff turned your dream into a nightmare? Take charge of your practice with Lexicon. We're the intersection of practice management software and legal support services for your firm. You'll get more billable and livable hours back. Lexicon marks the spot for all your practice management needs. Visit lexiconservices.com/intersection to get the whole story or schedule a demo.
Individuals and businesses with tax problems, listen carefully. Do you feel like you're losing control of your finances? If you owe over $10,000 in back taxes or have unfiled tax returns, we can help you take back control. The IRS is the largest and most aggressive collection agency in the world, and they can seize your bank accounts, garnish your paycheck, close your business, and file criminal charges. Take control of your tax problem now by calling the experts at U.S. Tax Shield and take advantage of the Fresh Start program and new laws that may allow us to negotiate a settlement for the lowest amount possible. Our team of tax attorneys and enrolled agents can stop collections and get you protected so you can take control of your financial future. U.S. Tax Shield offers a price protection guaranteed quote to get you protected today. U.S. Tax Shield is A+ rated with the Better Business Bureau, so call now. 800-785-9132. That's 800-785-9132. U.S. Tax Shield. 800-785-9132.
Attention all authors. Page Publishing is looking for authors. Have you written a book and want to get it published? Page Publishing will get your book into bookstores and for sale online at Amazon, Apple iTunes, and other outlets. They handle all aspects of the publishing process for you. Printing, cover art, publicity, copyright, and editing. Call 800-501-3689 now for your free author submission kit. That's 800-501-3689 for your free author submission kit. Again, 800-501-3689.
Right now, people are home with their pets more often, and I think now, especially with the shedding, they're more cognizant of what's going on and that it's an actual issue, and Dynovite has helped tremendously in our house with that.
I just heard the Dynovite commercial so many times that I said, you know what, I'll give it a shot, and I ordered it and tried it, and it worked.
The Dynovite, the being at home, working with them, they all love it.
Me and Chewy are together 24/7.
Within 3 weeks, he's not scratching and itching, and he's an all-around happier dog.
DINOVITE.com.
Paid for by Bar Justice. Attention. Have you or a loved one been diagnosed with cancer after using Zantac or other heartburn medications for several months? Zantac may be linked to these cancers: bladder, colorectal, esophageal, intestinal, kidney, liver, ovarian, pancreatic, stomach, testicular, and uterine. If you or a loved one have been diagnosed with cancer after using Zantac or other heartburn medications for several months, call now. Never stop taking medication without first consulting a physician. Call right now for a free consultation. Call 800-379-9550. 800-379-9550.
You're listening to the JR Sport Brief on CBS Sports Radio.
JR, it's always a pleasure to hear you because you know your product. You really do a great job by not distorting what the callers are saying.
Call in now at 855-212-4CBS.
That's right. It's the JR Sport Brief Show on CBS Sports Radio. You know, Bill Belichick and Tom Brady, it's not the only beef going on in sports. In a few minutes, I'm going to tell you about the beef. It's now a financial beef going on between Ben Simmons and the Sixers. Is Ben Simmons going to change his mind? I'll tell you in a second. I got a phone call to pick up momentarily. But also, Sunday, it's an NFL on CBS doubleheader. The early slate. You got a battle in Philly. The city of brotherly love. The Eagles, they host Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs. The second game, it features a matchup between two of the most legendary franchises in pro football. You got Big Ben and the Steelers. They're heading out to Lambeau Field to take on Aaron Rodgers and the Packers. It all starts noon, 9 a.m. Pacific with the NFL Today. It's doubleheader NFL action. When is it? Sunday on CBS. We got Tom. Tom is calling up from Charlotte, North Carolina. I'm sure Tom has an opinion or a comment on Tom Brady's return to New England. Hey, Tom, you on CBS Sports Radio.
Hey, JR, thanks for taking the call. Number one, I think we should be clear about one thing. Jake from Detroit, your previous caller, is about to lose all his money on his bet that the Patriots will win. Having said that, I want you to know the Patriots are my team, man, but this fight isn't going to be fair. And I think that one of the possible outcomes of this fight is going to be this huge anticipation going into it. And then Tom and his boys just unloading the Patriots to make their point. That's point number one. But this is the reason I called you. I would love to hear your honest opinion. Do you think, at the end of the day, what history is going to say, is it going to be more Belichick or more Brady that made the Patriots who they were, the dynasty who they are?
Well, Tom, I only give my honest opinion at any time. And we've talked about that a little bit here, especially as Tom Brady has moved on and as he's won. Tom Brady is going to get more of the attention because he's the player. He's the one out there getting the job done. We know he doesn't take beatings, but he's the one who's been putting his body on the line. He's the one who's had his knee blown out. He's the one who's had his knee repaired. He just had his knee cleaned up again. Players play and coaches coach.
Sure.
You can be a great coach. You can be an excellent coach. But the fact is, if you're out there coaching me and you and our next door neighbor, you ain't going anywhere. You need the players. And if you're an excellent player, if you're at the top of your game as a player, you can make a mediocre coach look good. That's a fact. So Tom Brady is going to get more of the attention historically. He is going to be looked upon more than likely as the Bill Russell of the NFL. And he should be. Now, having said that, you got to have a system. You have to have a coach who believes in you. You have to have an environment that fosters winning. And as much as people don't like Bill Belichick, as much as people haven't liked playing for him and people want to call him a cheater, he's a damn good coach. We wouldn't have.
Absolutely. Yeah, anything.
No. That's I'm answering your question.
Belichick, he is a great coach.
No, but I'm answering your question. Tom Brady,
as a coach, but I think he's kind of like he kind of walked into this perfect combination, sort of like a Bill Walsh, Joe Montana.
No, you see, but that's where I disagree. You have to have the environment. That's not an accident. Someone had to select.
I agree. That's my point.
Yeah, but it's not walking into. You had to build that. That's him too. It's a symbiotic relationship. It's very simple. If Tom Brady wasn't with Belichick, God only knows what Belichick would be doing. And it's the same thing. No, hold on, Tom.
No, real quick.
No. Hold on. No, hold on. Hold on. Here's a radio secret. When I actually speak, my voice carries over yours. Hold on.
I got it. Okay.
If Tom Brady ended up somewhere else, he probably would not have had the same success. It holds true for both of them. What is your question?
I totally agree with that. So it was just a magical combination. I mean, remember, Brady was drafted 199. Bill Belichick was the general manager who said, yeah, fine, we'll take him in the 6th round. That's not exactly spotting talent. So is it just luck?
No, this is not no magical combination, Tom. No. Is it unlikely? Yes. But that's why you have a scouting department. That's why when you're a good organization, you can identify talent all the way throughout the draft. It doesn't matter how or what. You can go ahead and look at, this is another example. Greg Popovich, you could say, quote unquote, he got lucky. He fell into some guy named Tim Duncan because David Robinson was hurt. But you know what's not luck? The work that Popovich put in. The fact that he can find some French guy who can actually be a pretty damn good point guard. That he can accidentally, find some dude from Argentina to fit into his team. This is what a good coach is. And this is something that Bill Belichick has said out of his own mouth. His job isn't to go out and find the best players and slap them onto his team. His job, and this is the correct approach. Tom, stop. His approach is to find the best players to build the best team. That is not a philosophy that's an accident. That's not a philosophy that you just wake up one day and say, oh man, That's where people make mistakes. We can look through the annals of the NFL. We can look through the annals of sports history where people think that throwing money at a situation can all of a sudden just get you a title. The Dodgers, tons of talent. It took them years to get that one championship. Years. The New York Yankees, for as much as people want to crow about the success that the Yankees have had, how much success have they had over the past 10 years? Their payroll is right up there with the Dodgers. About 60, 70 million less right now. But the Yankees haven't won a World Series since 2009. You think about the last time the Yankees, quote unquote, started and had their dynasty. Some 90s. A lot of homegrown talent. People that were curated and drafted into the organization by scouts. Some dude out of Panama named Mariano Rivera who was playing baseball with a milk carton. Some young dude with glasses out of Puerto Rico named Bernie Williams. They traded for an angry guy named Paul O'Neill. Some dude from Michigan named Derek Jeter.
Western Wisconsin Sports League.
Touchdown!
WKTY La Crosse, 96.7 FM, 580 AM.
And a dagger!
We thank you for the patience, ladies and gentlemen. It might be well worth the wait here as we're going to have third down and goal at the 10-yard line with 1:31 remaining in the third quarter. Holmen is driving. Central leading this one 35-21 here in the third. They are outscoring the Vikings 14-0 in this quarter, which has lasted a lot longer than 12 minutes given the several lightning delays that we had. But we are back underway now. Luke LeClaire, the quarterback for the Vikings, will line up under center. A couple of wingbacks either side of the formation. Brecken Turner right behind him. Central defense looking to get the stop. Here's the pitch play to Turner. Turner will run over a Central defender and get to the 5, and he's cut down there by the ankles, and it's 4th down and goal at the 5. And obviously interesting because they had about 45 minutes to an hour to prepare for what kind of play they were going to run. They do the pitch play out to Turner, and he picks up 5. Central trying to stand the Vikings away inside the 10-yard line. A receiver placed out to the right side of the formation. LeClaire looks at the wristband. He lines up. 4 backs are in the backfield. We'll see who the center snaps it to. It will be to LeClaire. A roll out to the right. They throw it over the middle. Incomplete. Quinn's service broke in front of the intended target, Max LeClaire. And that will turn the football back over to Central. They had 3 basically blockers to the right side of LeClaire in the shotgun. One of them turned into a receiver, LeClaire. Max LeClaire, that is. But Quinn Service gets in front of the football. Just great job jumping it. And then turns over on down. So Central gets the football back here with 39 seconds left in this third quarter. 35-21. Ball at their own 5-yard line. Central with a shotgun formation. 2 receivers out to the left side, 1 to the right. Here is the quarterback draw play going absolutely nowhere. Maybe a gain of 1 as Herlitzky tried the middle and nothing doing. So 2nd down and 9 at the 6-yard line. 23 seconds to go. We'll see if Central runs another play before the end of the quarter. And the refs holding on to the football. Not sure what exactly happened here. It is going to be 2nd down and 9. 4.3 seconds to go, and that's going to be the end of the quarter. So they do not get a play off after that 1-yard gain, and so the Riverhawks will start deep in their own territory. They'll go right to left across your video feed. And we will have more coverage of high school football after this. This is high school football right here on WKTY. Back in 60 seconds.
My name is Bryce Crowley. I'm a design consultant, project manager for Kitchen Solvers.
And I'm Jim from Sign Pro.
We've got both vans that we use to operate. Yeah, they're both wrapped.
Good design is something we really appreciate.
We've got big graphics on them, big colorful kitchen pictures that draw people's attention, and we have people call all the time. Yeah, we saw your van. We want you to come look at our kitchen. So,
you know, Bryce, you bring up a really good point. You don't need a huge fleet to make vehicle wrapping effective. You have 2 vans wrapped, but they still really impact your image.
The image is everything when it comes to a business. Get compliments on them all the time.
A good vehicle wrap is an investment in your business.
Yeah, most definitely investment. I mean, like I say, we get calls frequently that people saw our van, and that's how we get the word of mouth. My dad, that's basically his office. And so, yeah, being able to look sharp going down the road is important to him.
So to upgrade your company image and your mobile office, you know where to go.
Go to a pro. Sign Pro. Call 782-3456.
Start of the fourth quarter. Central will have it deep in their own territory on a 2nd down and 8 as Herlitzky picked up 2 on the quarterback draw just before the end of the quarter. 35-21, Holmen trails by 14, trying to get the football back. Herlitzky in the shotgun formation. 1 receiver split to each side. Quarterback draw. Roll out to the left side. Going nowhere is Herlitzky. Maybe a yard on the play or back to the line of scrimmage. There's a flag on the play as well. Kind of in the area of holding, but we'll see officially what the call is. That was a designed run to the left side of the formation with blockers out in front of him. It's going to be a holding penalty on Central. It's a chop block, actually. They're going to decline the penalty. So instead of pushing them back half the distance, it's going to be 3rd down and 8. So the Vikings will take their chances that they can stop the Riverhawks on this play instead of giving them an extra down. 2 receivers out to the right side, 1 to the left. Check that 2 to each side. Shotgun formation for Herlitzky. Shepard is off to his left. Looking over the defense as the Holmen coaching staff shouts out signals. Herlitzky, pump fakes, goes to the right side after he feels pressure. Now just sprints to the sideline, and I believe he has enough for the 1st down, and he does. Holmen not able to get out there, and Herlitzky with that blazing speed beats everybody to the sideline for a 1st and 10. Out across the 15 to about the 17-yard line here. So Central continues to grind away at this clock as well. Big time stop on 4th down and goal for the Central defense to keep Holmen to 14-point deficit. 2 receivers out to each side. Shotgun formation for Herlitzky. Shepard off to his right. And Herlitzky takes the snap. High snap, was able to recover it. And he takes off to the right side and somehow gets back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it. We've seen him do that a couple of times, and obviously with the rain and with the wet conditions, some of those high snaps are going to get away from you. And that time almost turned into a disaster, but Herlitzky is able to get what he can. Actually picks up a yard. Fantastic job there. Holmen student section making their voices heard after they were waiting for quite a bit to get their voices heard. 2nd down and 9 for Central. 2 receivers out to each side. Whistle blows, and it's going to be a false start on Central. The back judge saw the movement and tossed the flag. So it'll be 2nd down and 14 here. 10:26 to go in the game. Two receivers going to be lined up to the left side, 2 to the right as well. Herlitzky gets the play call from the coaching staff of Central on the sideline. 2nd down and 14 officially. Herlitzky looking over the defense of Holmen. trying to get off the field. And here is a quarterback draw going right up the middle. Breaks a tackle and is finally ankle tackled, as it was number 58 that time, finally slowing him up, getting the stop, Carson Westcott. After Herlitzky picks up about 6, it's going to be 3rd down and 9. A quarterback draw, he was able to break through the first tackle of the Vikings, but Prescott hangs on for dear life and finally trips him up. Another 3rd and long. They were able to convert their last one on 3rd and 8 with Herlitzky just taking off to the right sideline. They're going to send Quinn Service in motion to the left side. 2 receivers to each. Shotgun formation for Herlitzky. Shepard off to his left. Audible there. And Shepard will now get to the right of Herlitzky, and a flag does fly. Delay of game on the Riverhawks. Obviously some confusion there, or did they get a timeout? We'll see. Timeout has been called by Central, so they do not face a 5-yard penalty before 3rd down and 9. It's a timeout by Central. We're going to take 30 seconds as well. Back after this. This is high school football on WKTY.
Hi, I'm Kevin Millard, host of WKTY Outdoors. Each Saturday morning at 8, I'll share with you tips for better hunting and fishing success in the field, plus activities you and your family can participate in. There's a lot happening around here, so let's get out and enjoy it. Join me for WKTY Outdoors, brought to you by Ace Sportsland and Ace of La Crosse, Saturday mornings from 8 until 9 on WKTY, 96.7 FM, 580 AM.
Back here at Empire Stadium, Drew Kelly live with you here tonight on WKTY. Big 3rd down and 9 upcoming with 9:08 to go in the 4th quarter for Central's offense. Holmen trying to get off the field. Clock continuing to work against them with, as we mentioned, just over 9 minutes to go. Got to get 2 touchdowns. A turnover would be huge at this juncture of the game. Get some good field position as well. Herlitzky with a shotgun formation to the backfield. 1 receiver lined up left, 3 right. Straight back in the pocket is Mason. Steps up, fires over the middle. Incomplete. Porter Protaski almost pinned that against his helmet as he falls to the ground but cannot come up with a catch. And it's 4th down and 9, and the punting unit will come out for the Riverhawks. So Holmen's defense does its job there, and they will be forced to punt this one away, will Central. It'll be number 24 for the Riverhawks, Hunter Hess, back to punt this one away at his own 5-yard line. Tyrus McCoy back to receive the kick at his own 42. And here is the nice snap to the punter, and it's a end-over-end kick. Bounces at the 50-yard line and goes out of bounds inside the 40 to about the 38-yard line. That's where the Vikings will take over on their next possession. See where they officially mark it. Might be at the 39. Give them a couple extra yards. But either way, not a bad punt there by Hunter Hess. Get it inside of Vikings territory. Make them do the work and work over half the field to get a touchdown. It's going to be touchdown or bust pretty soon, I think, for the Holmen offense, if it's not there already. Here is the snap and the counterplay. It goes to Brecken Turner. He's going to spin off a tackle and pick up 2 or 3 on the play. 2nd down and about 7 upcoming. 3-yard gain on 1st and 10. We got a new quarterback in there right now. Reed Tangblad lines up under center. Didn't see what happened to Luke LeClaire. We'll try to get an update or see if we can see him on the sideline. There's flags on the field. Tangblad, 6'6", 200 pounds, the quarterback, and he is a junior. So you want to talk about who's going to take over this team next year? It's likely that man, Reed Tangblad. False start penalty on the Holmen Vikings, so it sets him back 5 yards, 2nd down at 11. And he will continue to get the plays from head coach Travis Kowalski. Under center is Tangblad. Wing backs on either side of the formation. And it's going to be a play-action fake. Tangblad goes deep down the right sideline, intended for number 11 there. That was Elliott Hess. Double coverage on the play, and it ends up incomplete. Quinn's service back there in coverage. Boston Brindley as well. And it'll be 3rd down and 11 upcoming for the Vikings. Not a bad throw there for Reed. He was able to get outside the pocket on the play-action fake. Put it in a decent position for Elliott Hess to come down with it, but just too much good coverage there by Central. 3rd and 11. Pitch play off to the right side. It's Crosse. He's trying to find a hole. Not going to find anything as he gets back maybe to the line of scrimmage, and he's cut down there. Boston Brindley in on the stop, so he was in on the coverage and then in on the tackle in run support. So doing everything this possession for the defense of Central, trying to salt this one away. 4th down and 11, obviously going for it, with 7:40 to go in this contest. Under center is Tangblad. Crosse goes in motion, has to go back here, trying to force an offside penalty again on Central. And Tangblad takes the snap, straight back in the pocket, has some time, goes deep down the right sideline, and out of bounds. Wayward into the Holmen bench. A couple of receivers down there. Good coverage on the play again by Central. And the Riverhawks will take over at the 38-yard line of Holmen with just over 7 minutes to go here in this 4th quarter. Once again tomorrow, UWL football, 1 o'clock kickoff, 12:45 pregame here on WKTY 96.7 FM and 580 AM. You can also listen online at WKTYsports.com. Myself and Terry Erickson will be on the call for that one. Eagles went 2-1 in non-conference, looking to start the conference season off on the right foot as they take on UW River Falls. Movement along the Central offensive line is going to be likely a false start, and it will be moving them back 5 yards to about the 44-yard line. So the Riverhawks put themselves in an early hole on this possession. As everybody looks to the sideline for the play call. Into the game, Tyler Young, receiver for the Central Riverhawks as well. And here is Boston Brindley breaking a tackle up the left sideline, and he's finally going to get run out of bounds at the 15-yard line. A very strong run, once again, running through those ankle tackles. And he's able to get a first down for Central inside the 20 of the Vikings. They say he is out of bounds at the 17. That's where they mark him officially. And we'll see if the Riverhawks can capitalize here, make it a 3-score game, and put a dent on this scoreboard. 2 receivers out to each side. Here is the handoff. Boston Brindley counter play to the right side. Everybody was looking left, and he takes it across the 10-yard line down to about the 7, and he picks up another first down. We're going to have first down and goal. Well-designed play call there for the Riverhawks as they were able to fool the Vikings. Everybody was looking either left or in the middle. Just a quick handoff to Boston Brindley. He took the right edge where nobody was and picked up a first down. 6:23 and counting to go here in this 4th quarter. 2 receivers out to each side. Herlitsky in the shotgun with a running back to his left. That is Shepard. Taking as much time off this clock as he needs